company to enable the commence operation and mining of lithium at Ewoya in the central region for 15 years. Ladies and gentlemen, as you may be aware, Article 268, and let me re-emphasize, Article 268 of the 1992 Constitution is explicit, and it states that any transaction, including but not limited to the application for a license to exploit a natural resource, requires prior parliamentary approval. On this note, I want to make it loud and clear and succinct and explicit that the agreement between the government of Ghana and Barare DV should be laid before Parliament without delay. And let me assure the people of Ghana that the minority would not let you down. We would scrutinize the agreement. We would not allow this agreement to be rushed through. We would seek the guidance, the involvement of civil society. We will speak to important personalities, including former Chief Justice Sophia Akuffo, who has been vocal on this lithium agreement. The new order is lithium. Lithium is more profitable than gold. Lithium is more profitable than diamond. And the world order is moving to this green mineral. And so the minority would insist that Ghana benefits from this resource, and that the terms and agreements, if they are not in the interest of Ghana, the minority would kick against that. But let me re-echo and re-emphasize that we demand that the Akufo-Addo-led government tables or lay this agreement before Parliament without delay. And let me also caution Barare that any attempt to commence mining without parliamentary approval would be illegal. And I also want to caution officials of the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, as well as the Minerals Commission, that they have no authorization to allow Barare to commence mining of lithium without parliamentary approval, as well as other necessary approvals such as EPA, license, and the rest. But we insist that this agreement ought to be laid before Parliament without delay. And let me caution that a future NDC government, on assumption of office on the 7th of January 2025, all mining licenses that have not met the necessary parliamentary approval, we will do the proper thing and ensure that they cease until they get the right approval from Parliament. On that note, let me thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
A mining lease is being granted in respect of a particular forest reserve is easily verifiable from the website of the Minerals Commission. So it is either a mining lease is being granted or a mining lease is not being granted. And to that extent, let me very emphatically and without a shred of equivocation indicate that there is no mining lease in respect of Yenku Forest Reserve, which is where the Abuachiri takes place. There is just no mining lease. So anybody who claims that there is a mining lease covering Yenku Forest Reserve where Abuachiri takes place, with the greatest of respect, it's a figment of the person's imagination. It's not correct, it's not true. And you can check that, you can verify that from the Minerals Commission. But the claim, the allegation, the assertion, which has generated this, in my view, needless controversy and uproar, is that there is a mining lease covering Abuachiri. There is no such mining lease. 2, Moli National Reserve. There is no such mining lease. Kakum National Park, there is no such mining lease.
Let me correct a statement or something that is out there in the general public. Atlantic Lithium through Barare are not conducting any mining operation yet. They are not doing any mining because if you look at the statement or the comments by the former Chief Justice, Her Lordship Sofa Akufu. She said the agreement will have to go to Parliament. I think, Randy, you had asked that question. And I told you that we still have some regulatory steps that need to be completed. So yes, the company has been issued with a mining lease, properly signed by the minister, which the law mandates him to do, acting on the recommendation of the Minerals Commission. That has been done. Now, there are other two things that you require before you can go to the ground and dig the stuff or exploit the mineral. Environmental permits. You need to get that from the EPA. So as we speak, they are going through the environmental permitting process. That has to be completed. Without that, they can't work. Then when they finish the environmental permitting process, there's public hearing, people raise issues, and all those things are addressed. They'll have to come back to the Chief Inspector of Mines to be issuing an operating permit. They may even have to apply for construction permits and other permits before they work. So even if Parliament should ratify the mining lease today, assuming Parliament should ratify the mining lease today, they still cannot conduct any mining operations unless they get an EPA permit. They come back to Minerals Commission, we give them operating permit. We even have to give them a construction permit. Okay? Then they can go now and start putting in place all the necessary infrastructure to start perhaps the construction of the mine.
What is the difference between the ordinary thief and a political thief? Number one, the ordinary thief steals your money, your bag, your watch, and your jewelry, isn't it? But the political thief steals your future, your career, your education, your health, and your business. Number two, the hilarious part is that the ordinary thief will choose whom to rob. But you are the one who choose the political thief to rob you. Because we choose them. We vote them. We blindly say we are not blind. Who is deceiving who? The ridiculous part of the whole issue is that we will fight to defend and protect our belongings from the ordinary thief. Is it not? But we fight each other to defend and protect the political thief. Is that not what we do? Thugs will be fighting themselves to protect those that are stealing our career, stealing our job, stealing our health, stealing our success. What a shame.
If you reach a certain stage in life and there is nobody who can look you in the eye and tell you the truth, you are doomed. And that is where our country has gotten to. We need to rescue this country. Wallahi. And I feel very terrible as a Ghanaian at this time. This country is in serious trouble, ladies and gentlemen. We are in serious trouble. We need to rescue this country, ladies and gentlemen. The presidency has been so depraved, so muddied, so dirtied, that I tell you in all sincerity as a Ghanaian, that I feel terribly sad today as a Ghanaian. We need to rescue this country. Wallahi. Inshallah.
Please don't cry.
We shall rescue our country.
Government is broke, government is broke. The people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before? Government has no money. Have you ever seen a governor who said, ladies and gentlemen, when I was elected, I thought the government had money. Now I discover government has no money, I resign. Have you ever seen it? Government has no money, but they are bringing money out at election time. Where is that money coming from? So they are lying. What is happening is that there are two types of wicked people in government. Type 1, they eat current money. Any money they find in government, they will eat it. They are wicked about that one. There is type 2. Type 2, they eat current money and future money. They will say, my term will end next year. When I leave, how will I eat money? Let me borrow money now and borrow money of the future and eat it now. Government is broke, government is broke. The people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before? Government has no money. Have you ever seen a governor who said, ladies and gentlemen, when I was elected, I thought the government had money. Now I discover government has no money, I resign. Have you ever seen it? Government has no money, but they are bringing money out at election time. Where is that money coming from? So they are lying. what is happening is that there are two types of wicked people in government. Type 1, they eat current money. Any money they find in government, they will eat it. They are wicked about that one. There is type 2. Type 2, they eat current money and future money. They will say, my term will end next year. When I leave, how will I eat money? Let me borrow money now and borrow money of the future and eat it now.
All right, it's the 11th of December 2023, and you're welcome to Good Morning Ghana with me, Ania Frompofo. We're live from the studios here at Peniel, and we're also streaming on Facebook. We're on Good Morning Ghana page and also on Metro TV page. Follow us there. On channel 277, we're live on DSTV as well. Well, we thank God for giving us yet another day to go through the issues of the country. And let's start off giving you the headlines of the newspapers. Let's start with the Daily Graphic, and it says 100 Central Region roads abandoned. 100 Central Region roads abandoned. Parliament approves 3 loan agreements. CPP leadership in turmoil. Ni Odai Into family has to claim over Ofankor land. Has no claim over Ofankor land. High Court. Ghanaian Times. Parliament begins consideration of LGBTQI bill. Support new leadership to restore ideals of CPP. Enhance security during upcoming December events. National Security Ministry warns event organizers. For collecting unauthorized monies from SHS students, 11 headmasters land in hot water. GES initiates investigations into their conduct. Court jail man 12 months for 50K Ghana cedis theft. Daily Guide. KGL breaks into top 100 companies. Equiapim chiefs root for Samia Uku. Controller Accountant General debunks false claims. We've made progress in formalizing economy. Baumia, and also the big one here, 10 SHS heads in trouble over Bola truck suit petrol fees. So Bola truck suit petrol fees, but the Ghanaian Times says 11 headmasters. Daily Guide says 10. So some numbers inconsistencies there, but definitely there are 10. New Crusading Guide says Ameya Wekumfi challenges Bono East MPPP parliamentary candidates to increase seats in 2024. Abetifi grateful to Brian Achampon for construction of police station. Asafotufium committee hot as youth demand accountability for cash donations. Well, we have the funeral announcement of lawyer Anthony Akoto Ampao on the front page of the Daily Guide. So you can grab a copy and get the details of it. May so continue to rest in peace. Lawyer Akoto Ampao over there. Maslock CEO honored with Driving Business Excellence Award. Parliament's Mines and Energy Committee laws NPA's moves to sanitize downstream petroleum sector. The top right corner of New Crusading Guide, the Equiapim chiefs root for Samia Uku. The Insight 2024 budget, the 80 million Ghana cedis black hole left by National Cathedral Project. Israel must leave all Palestinian lands for peace to be ensured in Palestine. Ambassador. Israel must leave all Palestinian lands for peace to be ensured in Palestine. Ambassador. Ukraine war now undergoing mutation. Sikapong company accused of destroying farmlands in Nyame in name of Ochehene. Sikapong company accused of destroying farmlands in the name of Ochehene. Okay. Let's take advantage of Gadangme ADR Center for Dispute Resolution. Gbobu Wulomo Shites urges. Playing former Akosombo Dams spillage catastrophe. Ablakwa praises First Sky Group for delivering on housing promise, and we're told that about 300 of the victims have now been relocated or would say resettled. Thank you to the Sky Group. Lithium deal apt for Ghana, NDC MP. Smear campaign against OSP flops. Apply homegrown solutions to Ghana's problems, Jospon boss. BOG warns recalcitrant exporters against flouting proceeds repatriation law. If they are flouting repatriation law, you don't want them. It's clear what to do. God bless First Sky for fulfilling housing project promise to North Tong Koku Anyedoho rights. The Inquisitor, OSP vehicles for operations brouhaha. The inside story. The Finance Ministry is fingered for leaking confidential documents. That's the OSP vehicular, brouhaha as they put it. Achim Mafia, Bullis DMB, Kankama security report to be cooked. Achim Mafia, Bullis DMB, Kankama security report to be cooked. To be cooked? Boss donates to Akosombo Dam spillage victims. And we also have year launches business and employment assistance module today. So Metro TV, Original TV, will cross over to Sunyani. The event will come off in Sunyani. And so we'll be going there to support Kofi Bar Japan in this project launch. Let's see how it will benefit the unemployed youth. The Herald newspaper. Akufo-Addo's free SHS policy collapses. Many headmasters interdicted over widespread unauthorized fees. Year launches strategic business initiative at Sunyani today. And Mahama promises businesses less tasks if elected in 2024. First Atlantic Bank writes to the Herald. Bawumia clears air on Ghana card use and credit score system. I never said you can use Ghana card to buy a car. You explain that. The Daily Statesman. The Daily Statesman. Let's work for Bawumia's victory. Kwabena Japan rallies NPP support in World Bank. UN member states renew commitment to peacekeeping. Maslock boss honored with Driving Business Excellence Award. NDC MP makes case for lithium deal. Chief rally behind Samia Uku. The Ghanaian publisher. Kwabena Japan rally support for Bawumia. FREMA calls on CSOs to safeguard free SHS. Dr. Kwabena Donkor backs lithium deal. Ghana's future lies with STEM education minister. Why we embark on digitization, Bawumia explains. The Ghanaian Observer, we've made progress in formalizing economy, Vice President Bawumia. KGL Technology breaks into the Ghana Top Ghana Club 100 companies. Stakeholders, parents, Lord's Education Minister over Kolebu with over 500k Ghana cedis. Alan's girl elected MPP parliamentary candidates for Evaluo Ejomoro Jira. Congratulations to her. The custodian. NIA to register Ghanaians abroad February 2024. Take decisive action on climate change. Lance Minister to global leaders. We're digitizing economy to fight corruption, Bawumia. Ghana spends $226 million to import fake wigs. Parliament to lock out late coming MPs. The Finder. EcoBank donates to Akosombo Dam's village victims. Newmont tops all at 20th Ghana Club 100 Award. SHSUES interdicts several heads over alleged collection of unauthorized fees, unauthorized monies. Gina Paul laments regression of global efforts to combat climate change. NIA to pilot registration of Ghanaians abroad February 2024. Professor Atefua. Daily Post will review laws to ease the burden of tax on Ghanaians. Mahama. Use indigenous solutions to solve Ghana's problems. Jospon Group Chairman. How can Controller and Accountant General eye political office without resignation? Professor Mensah quizzes. Right, and that's it for the headlines of the newspapers. Let's take a breather. We'll be back shortly.
So many styles to choose, but there's only one sure way to pay.
Momo? Yes. Oh, yes.
Got a payment to make? Just Momo it.
MTN.
Ready for something refreshing and great tasting? For your kids' enjoyment?
Angel Cola.
For your graduation enjoyment?
Angel Cola.
Beach hangout?
Angel Cola.
For all your refreshing moments?
Angel Cola.
For your parties, get-togethers, events, and celebrations, enjoy a chilled bottle of Angel Cola.
Radio Grandma, today is your day. Over to you.
Thank you. Enjoyment Cola.
Angel Cola.
The Enjoyment Cola. Enjoy all your moments and fun time with Angel Cola. This advert is FDA approved.
Anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth, and fresh breath.
I'm a fat missy way.
Pacho Bantama.
Machasi.
Her smile, the fresh breath.
Me, Gidi said we use Cal 360 toothpaste. Semikai.
Cal 360 toothpaste.
Gaskia. Cal 360 toothpaste. It's a gum protector.
Onim Jom Kasan. Ile Hossein. Cal 360 did the way. Its cool mint gives me fresh breath and your confidence booster.
You will see so feeling to Kawen in a year. Cal 360 toothpaste.
Happy.
Cal 360 toothpaste, anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth, and fresh breath. Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Discover the perfect blend of quality, modern elegance, and affordability with Kingdom Home Real Estate. At Kingdom Home Real Estate, we cater to both local and international clients, offering exceptional housing options in Ebri and Ikropong. Our properties are conveniently located, providing a tranquil atmosphere, top-notch security, and essential amenities such as electricity, water, and backup generators. Our strategic locations offer easy access to popular tourist destinations, all within a 30-minute drive from Accra. Visit us in Ikropong right after the Latte Junction, or in Ebri near the Ebri Girls Senior High School. Alternatively, you can reach us Kingdom Home Real Estate, where your dream home becomes a reality.
We are back bringing you the latest lineup from Betway. Betway starts strong with their front two with Free Play Friday and Swipe Bet. In the middle, you've got all the control with Cash Out and Build a Bet. Plus, with Win Boost, you can boost your sports bets. At the back, they have Smart Picks and the Partial Daily Jackpot.
You always get way more with Betway.
See.
Everybody knows Acrobato. And if you know Acrobato, it means you know M-Punch Homeopathic Clinic. M-Punch Homeopathic Clinic is my pillar. Let's hear what others are saying about M-Punch Homeopathic Clinic. Who will be careful M-Punch one?
Chese na me ankasa me period na se problem suwum ntina ma wo ho idea ma me papa chese na nya asem ketewa na me coin point no mo hwe me mogam no mo hwe bibia na so mo meduro me fire no ene ma won kura mienu kofo kwa na mkwan mu a eba and everything yourself
me ma me no adwodwo eda ho a wontumi nante and then ko end point o mama nuru a and then ho idea watimi asori anante.
That's end point for you. Hello. Hey, Oshisho what che? Okay. A free bra with the end point what dance. I'm a choir no. Me Joseph sama na enkoyie e paso na maye me nyina na magina sabema na me be fie for there e ho na nyina jaresa. You heard everything. I have secret. M-Punch is my secret. M-Punch Homeopathic Clinic. I'm free.
Enjoy the fruits of your labor, they say. But as humans, aging and physical infirmity stands our way of enjoying our mansions and homes. It often becomes challenging, if not impossible, to use our stairways day in, day out. With portable American pneumatic vacuum elevators, PVs, you are assured of unlimited enjoyment of your mansions and homes. It's a self-supported elevator for vertical movement of humans and goods at homes and offices. The original comes in 3 custom-made models with wheelchair accessibility. Call it luxury, but it's a necessary imperative for vertical mobility. Do not let aging or infirmity limit you. Get one for your easy vertical mobility at home. It's affordable and can be installed in just 3 days without modification to your existing building. It's however easier to incorporate it at the construction stage. We also have traditional Fuji elevators and escalators for your high-rise buildings and malls. Visit Lifts and Elevators Company Limited at Sakumono for your elevators nationwide. For free consultation to call or WhatsApp us on 0200-535-515. Lifts and Elevators, the elevator people.
Product bakwa amanfo di wan dance pa sound system e bomus ronko bass ya bass treble so a treble ya shada ye ne say onam bluetooth so I connect ma odam niam nyina na watie wo sound papa bi connect your phone e ma Hisense sound system ne tie onyo enfie bebre ni and a Hisense e di abotre ada eniam bi ti say rice cooker, air fryer, ceramic hobby. And you may come with halogen oven, blenders, hand blenders, and a kettle. A hand mixer, food processor, pressure cooker, contact grill, vacuum sealers, iron, vacuum cleaner, and an ice maker. And you man on ne buo, and it said the end change in Amkania. It's in a grofoni jihosano. Say home appliances and Kwana Opedia. To Hisense, now fear me dawase. Hisense, everyday prices for everyday people.
Isro, a teye simanisui. Doctor Semen Koyo operation. Cataract surgery. Isro.
Minia. Ustro sesen. Sisia Dr. Agawa ama operation ya yes simple krum ha won't say. Sisia there no ABS.
ABS. And also there.
ABS nature say. No anesthesia, no bleeding, no suture. Don't na hospital hokra anche. Obeji di senra. Me koye surgery.
Sa.
Ani o. Nese me di ye medwuma na you. Nese me ni da hokle.
Wow. Na simple sa. O se hospital ba no.
Dr. Agawa's Eye Hospital. E Bentesano Police Station. Wow. For when year was 0501 534 498 and 0553 019 311.
Dr. Agawa's Eye Hospital for eyes like new.
Let me correct a statement or something that is out there in the general public. Atlantic Lithium through Barari are not conducting any mining operation yet. They are not doing any mining because if you look at the statement or the comments by the former Chief Justice, the Lordship Sofa Akufu, she said the agreement was to go to Parliament. I think, Randy, you had asked that question. And I told you that we still have some regulatory steps that need to be completed. So yes, the company has been issued with a mining lease properly signed by the minister, which the law mandates him to do, acting on the recommendation of the Minerals Commission. That has been done. Now, there are other two things that you require before you can go to the ground and dig the stuff or exploit the mineral. Environmental permits. You need to get that from the EPA. So as we speak, they are going through the environmental permitting process. That has to be completed. Without that, they can't work. Then when they finish the environmental permitting process, there's public hearing, people raise issues, and all those things are addressed. They will have to come back to the Chief Inspector of Mines to be issuing an operating permit. They may even have to apply for construction permits and other permits before they work. So even if Parliament should ratify the mining lease today, assuming Parliament should ratify the mining lease today, they still cannot conduct any mining operations unless they get an EPA permit. They come back to Minerals Commission, we give them operating permit. We even have to give them a construction permit. Okay? Then they can go now and start putting in place all the necessary infrastructure to start perhaps the construction of the mine.
At which point does the application for parliamentary approval kick in?
Once the minister signs, they have to take it to Parliament.
So the minister has signed?
The minister has signed.
Okay.
He needs to get it through Cabinet and then take it to Parliament. That will be done, so don't worry. That will be done. So no mining is taking place. Because the impression is that because the minister has signed, people are mining. No. So what is happening now is that they are still exploring. Okay?
How do you explore?
Oh, they have a prospecting license. So when you have a prospecting license, you carve out either part or the entire place for a mining lease. So the retained area you can explore. And then under our law, if a company has a mining lease, you still continue exploring. So they have the right to keep exploring because their prospecting license has not expired. Their EPA permit has not expired. Their operating permit under the prospecting license has not expired. They only have a mining lease now. So exploration is permitted under the law, which they are doing.
What's the difference between exploration and actual mining?
It's very simple.
Yes.
Exploration, you are deploying certain technology or tools to look for a mineral. Okay, so you can do some trenching, you can do some pitting, you drill, you pick rocks, you take it to the lab, you assess. Okay, it's barely have anything more than 5%, chance of success. So that is what.
But haven't you gone past that stage?
They've gone that, but nothing stops it. Like for example, Newmont, they have a big mine in Kenya. Okay, Goldfields has a mine in Takwa. They are still exploring that property. If you have a mining lease, automatically you can be exploring. You don't need any different right to be exploring.
Is it not a back door to mine?
No, it's not a back door. You will know. Randy, if you dig today and you mine, we will know.
How?
Because you have dug the place, we will know, even if you cover it.
A mining lease is being granted in respect of a particular forest reserve is easily verifiable from the website of the Minerals Commission. So it is either a mining lease is being granted or a mining lease is not being granted. And to that extent, let me very emphatically and without a shred of equivocation indicate that there is no mining lease in respect of Yenku Forest Reserve, which is where the abuachry takes place. There is just no mining lease. So anybody who claims that there is a mining lease covering Yenku Forest Reserve where abuachry takes place, with the greatest of respect, it's a figment of the person's imagination. It's not correct, it's not true. And you can check that, you can verify that from the Minerals Commission. But the claim, the allegation, the assertion, which has generated this, in my view, needless controversy and uproar, is that there is a mining lease covering abuachry. There is no such mining lease. 2, Moli National Reserve. There is no such mining lease.
That has better integrity than what leads to these kind of documents. Because something that needs to be ratified, Parliament has the power to say we ratify or we don't. And if Parliament doesn't, then that's it. And if you see, that is why the entire processes we've been using, as Mr. Kwakuna said, has been wrong. It's been apologetic.
Former Chief Justice.
The Institute proposes, in place of the demonstrably unfavorable formulation contained in this aforesaid lease, the following elements for Ghana's lithium exploitation, and for that matter, going forward, for the extraction and exploitation of all Ghana's resources. The Republic of Ghana should set up a Ghana Lithium Company. 2. The Ghana Lithium Company should be commissioned to develop the entire value chain from mining raw lithium to manufacture of batteries and other products in Ghana.
All right, you're welcome back to the program. It's Good Morning Ghana, and I've already set it in the studio, and we're playing those lithiums because it's going to be one of the issues that we're discussing this morning. Nana Akua-Avle speaks for the NDC. She's with me already in the studio. Nana, you're welcome. Good morning to you. I like the way you have actually positioned your phone with your phone stand and everything.
Yes, so that I can see clearly, because what these MPP guys are doing, we need to see things clearly and then explain it properly to the good people of Ghana.
Right.
And so that's why it's positioned this way. Next time when I'm coming, I'll bring you one. All right? Yes, good. Your dress is nice, Annie.
Thank you.
And your brooch is nice as well.
Hey, it's okay.
Thank you.
Sharabi Salifu is also here. She's a National Deputy Communications Director for the MPP. And so it's been a while.
Yes, Annie, how are you?
I'm fine.
You're always beautiful. Nana is just loving you with your beautiful. Yeah, she's always beautiful. And that the way you have just started saying in the NPP, I'm just telling her humbly that when I started saying the NDC, she shouldn't be worried. Because she just started it. And it's going to be a very cute conversation.
What were you doing outside the country the other time I saw you in pictures?
Yeah, I went to the UN General. Hey, Annie, you're informed, pal. Who a fella? Or you were following? Okay, we are friends on Facebook, maybe.
I saw you in pictures. How
but we spoke about it here. You forgot. I came back immediately. I came here.
Yeah, I forgot.
You even asked me questions on the president's address and all. Or which of the trips? Yes, we spoke about it.
This was a recent one.
Oh, and it's not every trip that can be disclosed, though.
Oh, sorry.
Yes,
sorry.
But the one you are referring to, I went to for the UN General. I remember talking about it on this very set. Yes. What I actually would have taught you asking about is about Cozy and Co's victory, because they are women, and I know you like Cozy so much. Our women went to give a good show, and then they are wet commendation and congratulations. So for me, Cozy, good morning to you all. I always admire how you do your things, and keep being the strong politician you are. She's going to win that settle. Cozy will win. Cozy will win hands down. Namado Kuya is there. Savulugu Fataya, Haja Fataya, Office of the President. She won massively. That is not to say Alhaji Somed didn't do well. But the people decided that, look, this time round, we want to try a woman to see how it will go. And Savulugu is known for giving the opportunity to women to lead them. Ajia Mary Bufro did a very long time serving the people as a woman. And I know that Ajia Fataya would do very well. For me, it is an inspiration for a lot more women. It is paving the way for women to take up leadership roles, to say what they have, than just sitting to lament. The president came out to talk about women not really doing enough or not pushing hard. I'll put it that way, and some had issues with it. But that's true. You have to always admit, Annie, as you are here, but for merit, you wouldn't have been sitting here to regulate this program. It says you read, you are informed, you are involved, isn't it? But until you justify your inclusion, I doubt anybody would want to include you. So for me, I'm encouraging especially the very young people that, look, take up the responsibility of being part of the process. Build your capacity. Be willing to learn and listen. And certainly we would see.
I always say that it's not coffee in a cup for you to just come and sit.
Absolutely.
But we cannot also overlook the difficulties and the challenges in the system when it comes to a woman trying to take positions.
Yeah.
Sometimes some of the issues that we're faced with as women, it's very sad and painful.
Yeah.
And if you really even monitor recent developments on social media, you would appreciate that it's sad.
It's very sad.
I personally have had conversations with people and have described certain men as very wicked in their faces. You know,
Is it not even?
I'm not sure how they view me for calling them that, but there's a reality that when a woman needs certain things, not even privileges, but opportunities, you know, in the system, the things they have to do.
And I like the fact that we are not really willing to mention names or apportion blames or go very partisan on this. Just on Thursday, I was telling a colleague communicator on a different platform that, look, there are times we need to just take a break. Look at us as women. Look at where we want Ghana to be. And as well, look at where we want the next generation to also be. Because if we choose to go on the tangent of insults, tangent of fights, tangent of distraction, tangent of name calling, we are not going to get anywhere. Today we have countries where women are doing better. And just last week as well, I was mentioning some figures. I know our topic is not on women in politics or women in leadership, but it will interest you to know, Annie, in our parliament here, we currently have just 40 women, 20 for us and 20 for the NDC. I think there is still more room for improvement.
Right.
And if you look at even the sub-region, all the regional 5 regions that we do have, it's Senegal that is topping. And I think Ghana can actually do more with incentivizing our political processes for women, involving women, avoidance of fighting ourselves, because the myth, I see it as a myth, that women are our own enemies, should be fought strongly by us. And then mentorship is something that we should be looking at.
Men, that thing when they say, I don't agree. Men are also their own enemies.
They do, they do.
If women are their enemies, are men not enemies to themselves too?
And it's also maybe per our making. I'm not saying men do too well in terms of emotional intelligence, but you see, what we would come very hard on, or how we would even treat each other in terms of accepting competition, in terms of accepting reality as, oh, Annie is beautiful, she is. Annie is intelligent, she is. I probably would want to go and get the makeup you're wearing or the dress you're wearing to equally look beautiful, but not talking to the next person who probably would even be a man. That, oh, say Annie there, say ya no, you understand? We should be
That's
looking.
what they do.
That's what I see people do.
Men do.
Yeah, that's how honestly, Annie, that is what I have seen women do. And not to praise myself, people very close to me would give me some kind of credit that, look, if you come with gossip, I brush you off.
Hey, okay, hold on there. So let me just remind you, as she said, right, we can do better. That we can do better sentence, just write it down somewhere or take note of it, because we will come into issues where people say that we can do better. But in the meantime, imagine getting rewarded for something you already do every single day. Sounds too good to be true, right? So, well, exactly what the Momo season is all about. MTN is offering you something. It says that there's something for everyone. Download the Momo app or on Play Store or App Store and use Momo Pay for your day-to-day transactions to a merchant, either through the QR code or the merchant ID, and stand a chance of winning 1,000 Ghana cedis weekly. I don't know why I always say 100,000. Like, I want MTN to increase it 1,000 weekly and other amazing prizes. You know? So our merchants are also not left out. Receive payments and win. Keep using your Momo Pay on the Momo app and get rewarded. Visit the app website is www.momomerchantapplication.mtn.com.gh for Momo business account today. And it's also Momo season, just Momo with Momo Pay. Terms and conditions obviously apply. And if you're waking up this morning and you're struggling with brushing your children's teeth, just make sure that you're going for the Kel Kids toothpaste, which is flavored with strawberry and it will help, encourage the children to be brushing their teeth themselves because of the good smell. It also protects the cavities and the gums of your kids. It is also for children between 2 and 6. That is 2 years to 6 years. And the products from Samara Company Limited, approved by the Food and Drugs Authority. Care Kits, it says Happy Smile. Lift and Elevators also says that, the fruits, as enjoying the fruits of your labor is important as enjoying the mansions of your labor as well. So if you're struggling enjoying your mansion that you've put up, you want to consider lift and elevators, as they are available to install lifts in your house. It will help carry you yourself and also your goods as well. And it's supported for both homes and offices. Now, they can install in a matter of 3 days if you're interested. Lift and Elevators is at Sakumono, or call them on 0200-535-515 or send email to elevators@gmail.com for consultation and best solutions in easy vertical movement. Now, Amen Alternative Hospital is also available to you, and it says that when it comes to your health, God is your healer, but Amen does a healing through humans as well. And one way to cure the ailments is through alternative medicine. Amen Alternative Hospital is available. You don't have a problem. So for all your health consultations and counseling, physiotherapy and homeopathic medicine, Amen Alternative Medical Hospital has the best for you. They have the best medical practitioners from KNUST, as they say, and also with the state-of-the-art medical equipment curated for your need. For their working days, Amen Alternative Medical Hospital is at Klagon on Alashibi, Ashaman Road near the Underbridge. And they work from Monday to Saturday at 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Sundays at 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Call them on 0207-229-505 or 0244-227-192 to book your appointment. Amen Alternative Hospital, God is your healer. Also, Black Stars Press Limited is available for all your printing works. It says call them on 0200880000 for all your print works. Black Stars Limited, worldwide reputation for quality printing for your work. Let me come to my guest and start talking about lithium. So the agreement, or the mining lease agreement, has been made available on the website of the Minerals Commission. So if you go there, you can actually get a copy, and then you can go into it. Show interest, because we are people who say that if we're not getting so much, percentage, then just leave the minerals to be in the land. We don't want it. You understand? You understand? So when you go to Obuasi, you see me sometimes. I remember years ago, I saw an Obuasi township. It was a correspondence videos they sent to my studios. That time we were at GN. When I saw the videos, I was on air. I teared on air because Obuasi. I don't know if there's a separate town from where the mining is. To be honest, I haven't been there before, so I'm not sure. But those who come from there, maybe you can tell me how the story really looks like, or how the town is. Maybe where people live is different from where they mine. Because for the life of me, I don't know. We are just, I don't know. What are we getting from mining? So now, lithium comes under green minerals, which by reports, the world obviously is going green minerals. And lithium is one of them. We're told that what we can get is more than what we can get from gold, diamond. And obviously, what we're getting is more than what we're getting from gold and diamond, right? 5% gold. Lithium, where the lease, we're told, is about 10%.
Yes, it is.
And that's after tax. Okay, so
that's a good one,
It's a good one.
Not the best. For me, okay, well, I won't preempt. Let's go into the discussion.
Let's go into the discussion. Before that, I just wanted to capture from the Ghanaian Publisher and maybe another newspaper what Dr. Kwamna Donkor has been talking about. He is on the minority side, but remember that he's backing the deal. Page 3 of the Ghanaian Publisher. very much interested in his position. It says that the National Democratic Congress Member of Parliament for Pru East constituency, Dr. Kwabena Donkor, has endorsed a 15-year mining lease granted to the Barari DV Ghana Limited mine of lithium at Ewoya in Infantsiman municipality of the Central Region. According to him, the deal will benefit the nation if effectively managed, adding that the most important thing the nation should look at is the mining of the green minerals holistically. Now, the Pru East MP, speaking on Joy News Newsfile on Saturday, December 8th, 2023, I assume, stated that he would prefer the nation gets a law that either comes under the legislative instruments specific to the green minerals, Just like how others are also talking on the energy sector, that we should have a legislation that would kind of regulate and be specific on the establishments around or amend the existing mining and minerals law to make provision for green minerals. Very little emphasis is being placed on the byproducts by the public space. The three major byproducts, and take note of these byproducts of lithium. It says that the impact on our industrialization, he added. The National Democratic Congress MP maintained these byproducts only address a concern. Dr. Donkor stressed that the discussion of the lithium deal, if properly managed on industrialization and manufacturing, the downstream effect will help this country. Ghana has granted a 15-year mining lease to Barari DV Ghana Limited, a subsidiary of Atlantic Lithium Limited, to commence the construction and mining of lithium at Ewoya in the Infantsiman municipality of the Central Region. And when we play the Minkom video, you heard him say that they haven't started mining because there are certain procedures they have to go through. EPA must grant them. We have to go to Parliament. So mining hasn't started yet, but they are still, exploring. Right, they're still exploring for more deposits, okay?
Yes, and he said they have a permit.
Yes,
that allows
of course,
them
they have the permit to explore has not expired.
So they have the right to explore.
Now, the lease incorporates new and enhanced terms and intended to ensure that the country's benefits optimally from this mineral. This includes the increase in royalty rates, state and Ghanaian participation, as well as value addition to the mineral mined. The granting of the mining lease follows the completion of prospecting and feasibility studies by the company, as well as the series of negotiations between the government and the company. The lease covers an area of approximately 42.3 square kilometers, a grant that grants the company the exclusive rights to work and produce lithium and associated minerals in the area, in accordance with the mining laws of the country. Minister of Lands and Natural Resources Samuel Abuji in a press conference said that the mining deal granted the Barari DV Ghana Limited is in the best interest of the country and will ensure that Ghana fully benefits from the nation's natural resources. He stressed that this lease departs significantly from the previous agreement and is grounded in a well-defined policy framework for the exploitation of green minerals. It goes on and on and on, as and when I would make references to it.
We probably would need to fetch some information.
Let me come to you. How have you received all the discussions and the criticisms that have come? I remember Minkom boss also said that people were a bit locked up in their heads because they didn't have the information. Now that the lease has been, or the agreement has been put up, people are now having the opportunity to go through and also have the chance to criticize and raise issues. How have you received all these criticisms that have come up?
Yes, as Ketse demands, I would want to say good morning to our viewers, especially the leadership of the New Patriotic Party, the National Secretary, National Chairman, my own leader or my own boss, the National Communications Director, and my people at home. That's what my behe. Kwala fiyanku. Annie, you see, especially when in recent times, we heard about the Achimota Forest, hearing about other rumors that the MINCOM would always come back to clarify. It's okay for anybody or all of us to start thinking around what could be happening. It's also okay for a very composed, organized, and forward-thinking opposition to want to ask questions. But if the conversation gets into name-calling, not thinking through, not asking the legitimate questions, and not taking time to research, to be able to be in good position in terms of arguing or your points out, then it becomes problematic, Annie. Not too deep, and not to take them too serious. I've heard people pass comments, including that of Prof. Jampo, who made his observation and recommendations. That has to do with this particular deal now being done in a way where Ghana would let the Barari Limited go mine, give back the resource, the lithium to Ghana, and then Ghana would then refine and then export, with they also getting some percentage of profit. Yes, that is duly noted. And now that we have listened to the CEO of the Minerals Commission, now that the bill is going to be laid in Parliament, and now that people are saying, look, we are willing to compare what we have done in the past and also have in-depth discussions on what agreement we are going into. And I'm so happy you mentioned clearly, and I'm so happy that the video has been played on what the CEO is talking about it. And what's the background to this whole conversation we are having in terms of the lithium? On October 19th, 2023, the Ghana government gave a license of 15 years, Annie. And for me, what we should be looking at here is 15 years, the duration. In discussing leasing of our natural resources out, what I deem very critical for us is to always look at the period involved as part or as well as the terms or key issues that is surrounding the whole deal, and as well the benefits and some challenges. Now, Annie, it's been given. This deal will position Ghana very well as a key player when we come to electronic vehicles. And you see what the Tesla group and all that are now doing. Trend is trend. And whenever there is a trend, every individual or a nation should be ready to adjust, especially when it is a very positive trend and not just any trend, just like this beneficial one. There are questions being asked. However, we need to look at how we want to weigh the questions. This question Annie is throwing, is it in the interest of national development, or it is just in the interest of critics, or just because somebody is in opposition and has to say something? I want to humbly suggest to them that, look, it's not all the time that you have to see bad about your opponent. No. Your opponent do have something to offer as well. So that's why when they are talking, we take our time to say, okay, this is what you are saying, but this is the response we have for you. But it's just unfortunate how some would just get the deal and just put it in their head as though, even if it is just a blush from the government, it means it's not true or it's not something that will be useful to Ghana. We have done better, we are still working, and we will improve. So there is no day we will run away from whatever legitimate questions that are being thrown to us in terms of the progress that we want to make for this country. Annie, I want to take you through the key terms of the deal. I know you read it. Just to remind our viewers and my colleague here, the license is for 15 years, not 99 years, and not forever.
Who says 99 years?
I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
And if we look at our practices in the past, Annie, we have not done any, unless, of course, I will be corrected this morning. within 15 years. And that tells us that, look, this is not an attempt to just say we are dashing out our natural resource. No. It is simply to tell us that we are willing to cushion the system. We are willing to go on revenue mobilization drive to be able to take us to the promised land. Because sometime last year when we sat here, and you remember I told you that, look, speculations wouldn't help our discussions. People gave projections. It's not right to actually mention them here because they are not here. But it is also worth looking at the wild allegations that they threw in the air, that the dollar was going to be doing 24 to a CD, there is going to be a crash of the economy, we all are already, some even predicted doom already. They were saying like, look, we are done, look, the country, but look at us. Although not absolutely all, but we are not doing so bad. And when I say we are not doing so bad, we don't have a situation where offices are not running, where organizations are at a halt. We never, and we don't anticipate, and we don't even want to have a situation where we will come to a stop as a country because we have crashed. No. But we are saying, for the fact that teachers are in school teaching our words, for the fact that Annie can dress nicely and come and have national conversation, for the fact that our doctors are still at post, for the fact that our farmers are in the farm, still looking for how best to feed the country, for the fact that our banks are still in good shape and operating, we are saying that, look, it's not all the time that you have to just come with a lens of negative critics. No, it should be very constructive. When you come with legitimate issues, we go on deliberation with you. Unfortunately, in most cases, not all the cases, we don't get the required feedback we expect from an opposition that is actually pushing hard to have. But when we even push them so hard to just come, look, enough of the insults, enough of the critics, come with what you have. You've seen what they have brought. That is for another day. I'm coming back on the lithium bill. Annie, I said I would read the key terms. The 15 years. On royalty, we are doing 10%. Instead of, like you said, the somewhat conventional 5%. It's sad that we will give our minerals for just 5% royalty. Be it NDC, NPP, CPP, PNC, every forward-looking country wants to have any deal around their natural resources that would fetch them huge royalty. And for me, I know it is in the heart and joy and plans of the President of the Republic of Ghana and his able Vice President that, look, there will come a day where we will be taking huge sums of royalty as part of giving out our resources. And that is also coming back to say this is a government that is thinking about the people and the legitimate questions that are being asked. Because with the 5%, you know, key players have been talking about it, that look, 5% is too low for our natural resources. Now a step has been taken. It's been made 10%. That's a huge increment of about 5%. I expect us to do better. You describe that as a huge... And even 1% is significant. This is 5%. I see it huge, although there is more room for improvement.
So now, I'm sorry, but let me just alert the producers. There's a point that Mincom CEO makes about why we had to stick to the 10%, because when you go into the mining sector, and it's like getting, he described it in a certain way, I think when we play the video we'll get it, where a lot of countries also bid, you know, for investments. So depending on what you have or what you put on the table, then the investors will come into your country. So we cannot sit here as a country and say, oh, we could have gotten 20% or 40% or something, you know, of that nature. I think we'll have that video stand by, and as and when we'll have it played for explanation on that.
That's why it's always useful to listen to the technical people, so that they provide you the technicality of it. It's good that information is coming across. Moving on. The state's interest is 13% in this case. 13% stake in the project, and then it's going to provide direct ownership and profit on it. So we are involved. It's not a case that is just given out, dashed out, okay, Barari, take it, go and do your stuff. We are not involved. We are part of this process as a country, and that is good news for us. Community development, 1%. You know, in whatever we do, we should be conscious. That's just like the case of the Obuasi issue you are mentioning. If and that is where I get so interested in the discussion around legislation, where we want to say, look, these are the guiding principles around, or this is the law around exploration. I'm not too informed about that, but if we do have, that would just be a very big plus for us. Then we are going to be listed as part of the key terms that we have already stated with these people on the stock exchange. Our lithium will be that. You see, chargeable and non-chargeable batteries, dry batteries, and car batteries. You know what lithium does. And somebody would even say it's the ash. And certainly, if we are listed on the stock market, this is going to really be fantastic. Let no NDC communicator come to say, it will not happen, because already we are working, they are seeing the results. And the beautiful thing is that they come here to say it's a lie, but they have their parliamentarians always agree with our parliamentarians on many of these issues. Free SHS, they started agitating, they came back. In fact, now they are even claiming it. National Health Insurance, they came with their 110 premium argument. Now see them. Nobody is boasting with National Health Insurance than them. We look at many other interventions or initiatives we bring.
You've not convinced me why this deal is good.
I'm still telling you, I'm just making examples. I'm reading. Annie, I know you were fidgeting your phone, but I'm happy that people are listening, and that's what I am. I'll bring you to the benefit. I'm just telling you the terms. And if you want me to end on the terms and not go on, I'll bring you to the benefits. The benefits, one, you know where we are today. We are looking at how we are going to mobilize revenue in this country. Revenue mobilization is not just a song or just mimicking what somebody would have said in the past. This is the way forward. We should be looking at what will bring us money. And when somebody says Ghana Beyond Aid, it's simply telling us if we are self-sufficient, we wouldn't go for aid. We were very strong enough to say we won't go to IMF because of the projections we made. Unfortunately, God didn't see us through smoothly. However, see how strong we are bouncing back. That tells you that this is a government. This is a team that has everything in place. It's just the matter of challenges and how we are handling the challenges. So revenue mobilization is a key thing. Look at what GRA did. Over 1,000% increase in terms of tax collection. That is so good, Annie. The tax invigilation process they had. We saw companies who would have gone to
declare. How did it reflect in our consumption?
When you say consumption in terms of spending and all that, yeah, you have seen it, Annie. We will come to expenditure.
I haven't seen anything.
I have seen that when people projected.
I'm just trying to say.
I'm just telling you.
When you praise us for generating so much revenue, but it's not reflective on our consumption.
I am telling
where
you,
we're owing companies, we're owing contractors, we're owing everybody, we are in DDEP crisis. I mean, so what's the point praising GRA for raising so much, revenue, and yet we're not seeing it reflect?
Annie, do you hear or have you been following up on not even the MPP, but well-meaning Ghanaians who are neutrals, I will call them, who would say, okay, it's true, we are stable now, but we expect more from you. People are saying it. They are saying it on your televisions. They are saying it during all manner of discussions or other platforms.
They are stable.
We are stable now. We are stabilizing and we are stable. Annie,
let me tell you, Ghanaians say they are stable.
The fact that, I'm not saying Ghanaians, Annie, don't get me.
You said some neutrals.
I said, excellent. I'm good you are quoting me properly. So when I say some, it says other people are appreciating what is going on. And I am telling you, not just what they are appreciating, but for the fact that we never got this country down. For the fact that we never woke up to say all workers should go back home. We don't have money to pay any worker. For the fact that our hospitals are still running. For the fact that all industries, institutions are still working, tells you that all this revenue we are mobilizing, the expenditure cut we are doing, is still useful, Annie. We should look at that. So that's what I am saying. Now, part of the benefits, besides the revenue mobilization, we are going to have job creation in terms of the mining activities that will go on. Hospitality can't also be ruled out in this case because when they go, we certainly would have people probably coming to work as expatriates, or even people from different parts of this country who will relocate to that to provide their expertise. Infrastructural development. You know you can't do mining or you can't explore without taking into consideration infrastructure, road, railway, and all that. This will bring us all this one. Technology transfer. Lithium has to do with batteries. And now look at how we are all using mobile phones. Look at the kind of cars we are using and still want to use. We are going to have situation where we would have people bringing in new technologies that will benefit us. Then sustainable development, like I spoke about the 1%, the communities will benefit. We are going to, and you know, for every mining company, they have this social responsibility component of it. So certainly the community will benefit. Issues of land reclamation will be, you see recently the Sustainable Livelihood Program under the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources coming out to talk about the number of young people they intend to employ in terms of providing them livelihood, providing them skills to go and actually be on their own and also affect their coming generation. Yes, Nane Akuya might come to talk about environmental concerns as challenges. I am encouraging that we should be more disciplined around this. Illegality of any sort shouldn't be allowed. And that's why I am happy on our fight towards Galamsey. Then displacement of some communities as part of the challenges. Yes, some communities might be displaced. And yes, I am looking forward to, like the Mineral Commission CEO said, extensive consultation, not only leaving it in Parliament, but also identifying the critical stakeholders and talking with them to see how best all operations will be done, having a win-win situation, Ghana benefiting, the Barari benefiting, and we moving forward as a country.
Lithium has 3 different minerals that you can get from lithium.
I know, yeah.
We have kaolin, we have silica, we have feldspar.
Yeah.
These minerals also have benefits. They have uses for them. Just for the records, I just want to see if I can mention some of them.
Sure.
I'm not sure how the debate on the global front is going, as Mincom CEO explained on this platform, which is why he thinks that if you do the comparison of the deals that are on the table with other countries, Ghana cannot.
Mali, Zimbabwe.
Yes, Ghana cannot really sit
Mali
here.
Is doing 10%, Zimbabwe is doing 5%.
And demand.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think they said we have the video. So let's play that so you listen to what Mr. Isi said.
The world's exploration budget goes to gold. I think the next big mineral after gold is copper. Okay, so you have Mali, you have DRC, you have Ghana, you have Ivory Coast, and then you have South Africa. All these countries are very prospective for gold, and DRC very, very prospective for copper. South Africa also produces some copper anyway. Now Chile, which is number 4 in the world according to the figures for last year, attracted $730 million. Chile is the biggest producer of copper in the world, okay, and then also has 40% of the world's lithium. So Randy, do you want us to go and charge 40 or 20 or 30% royalty? Nobody will come to your country. And I said last 2 weeks when I came here that there's a project in Mali. It's called Goulamina. Goulamina is nearly 3 times the size of Ewoya. Mali is not charging more than 6% royalty. They have better reserves than us. Democratic Republic of, Zimbabwe has the largest reserves of lithium in Africa, number 6 in the world. They are not charging royalty more than 6%. So if you sit in Ghana.
All right, so if you sit in Ghana, you want to charge 30, 40, 50%, you know that you won't get the deal because there are other countries that are also, giving fairly lower percentages. Nanekia, I'll let you come in. Yeah, I was going to mention the uses of kaolin, silica, and feldspar as well, which you get from lithium.
Maybe when she's done, you can add it.
So kaolin can give you ceramics, medicine, coated paper, food additive, toothpaste, light diffusion material. If you Google, you just get it.
Okay.
Yeah, material in white, incandescent light bulbs, and cosmetics. With silica, food additive, anti-aging agent, means to clarify beverages, control viscosity, and an anti-foaming agent, dough modifier, and an excipient in drugs and vitamins. For feldspar, for glass making, ceramics, so those ceramics that you see is feldspar that we use for, and to some extent as a filler and extender in paint, plastics, and rubber. So those are the byproducts of lithium, but these are the uses of these byproducts, right? Take note of that. Anika.
Annie, let me say good morning to all those watching us locally and globally, and good morning to all our NDC fraternity. I've been listening to Rabi, and I've been trying to understand what exactly she's been telling us. Unfortunately, I've not been able to get the head and tail of what Rabi has been saying. When it comes to the NPP, it is unfortunate they even do not have a good negotiating skills. Negotiation skills is very, very important in governance. And we are not saying that they signing this contract is wrong. We are saying that the procedure of which they are doing the things in this country is wrong. And that is what they have to understand. And I hear Rabi said that we as the NDC, we are always condemning their projects. Nobody is interested in condemning projects that will bring us revenue. Nobody is interested in condemning projects that will bring us employment. What we always complain about when it comes to the NPP is how they do things without consultation. It's how they do things with impunity. It's how they give total disregard to our members of parliament. We were in this country when the BOG printed money without going for parliamentary approval. Now with this lithium, what we are saying is that they have not taken it to parliament for parliament to look at it holistically, for parliament to bring their ideas, for parliament to bring their input. They have not done so. We were there when this document came up. And listen, Article 268 of the Constitution states a mineral agreement must be brought to Parliament before passage. So on what basis did they sign this agreement? What consultations did they do before signing this agreement? They just, Rabi, stop looking at me. They just brought these agreements to Ghanaians that, okay, we have negotiated some 10%, and so it is okay. And that is all they are telling us. Rabi, let's look at the financial obligations of those contracts. Our viewers might have heard lithium contracts, but possibly the details have not gotten to them. Let's look at the financial obligations. It says in the contract that the company shall pay to the government of Ghana a growth and stability levy of 1% of revenue and pay all other fees, charges, and penalties as provided under applicable laws and regulations. Now let's take note of 1% here. In the agreement, it says that the government of Ghana shall be entitled to 13%, just 13% interest in the right and obligation of the mineral operations of the company as free carried interest in respect of which financial contributions shall not be paid by the government. Now, they went on to sign this agreement that says that In accordance with Section 23 of Act 703, the company shall pay an annual ground rent to the Office of the Administrator of Stool Lands. Payment of this amount shall be made yearly in accordance, the first year's payment having been made on or before the issue of this mining lease. What we are saying is that, did they take this document, the signing of this contract, did they take it to Parliament for their input? They didn't. Listen, the company... Sorry?
They're yet to go to Parliament.
They are yet to go to Parliament. But what I'm saying is that what we, the NDC, are saying is that it should go to Parliament for deliberations, for ideas and opinions. Rabbi, don't heckle me this morning. Keep quiet and let me talk. All right? When you were talking, I kept quiet. Annie, it is supposed to go to Parliament for Parliament to deliberate, put in their ideas for it to be effective. The MPP should stop doing things without going for parliamentary approval. They should stop doing things by themselves and expecting Ghanaians to just take it. We have had enough of that. That is what is the problem.
So
that is the problem.
I actually just wanted
they
to
did not negotiate
Let's
well.
read the article.
Good.
The 268.
Yes.
Parliamentary ratification of agreements relating to natural resources. Clause 1. Any transaction, contract, or undertaking involving the grant of rights of concession by or on behalf of any person, including the government of Ghana, to any other person or body of persons, however described, for exploitation of any mineral, water, or other mineral resource of Ghana made or entered into after the coming into force of this constitution shall be subject to ratification by Parliament.
Yes.
That's for clause 1. Clause 2 says that Parliament may, by resolution supported by the votes of not less than 2/3 of all the members of Parliament, exempt from the provision of the clause 1 of this article, any particular class of transactions, contracts, or undertakings.
Yes.
So at least with even the exploitation, we should have actually gone to Parliament.
Yes, and they didn't. We are talking about the impunity.
Exploitation.
Okay. Annie, we are talking about the arrogance.
But
the
exploration
total
is different from exploitation. They are currently... No, let's not mix the stuff. What he said is exploration
write
is
it down.
ongoing.
You write it down.
It's wrong information. We are contradicting
Rabbi is in a hurry. I mean, when you are doing things haphazardly and you are being called to order, you have to just keep quiet and listen. Rabbi, don't interrupt me again. You are not doing the right things in this country. All right? This MPP government is just doing things anyhow, disrespecting Ghanaians, not giving any reference, not, given any respect to our parliamentarians. Now, the parliamentarians in that country represent the people of Ghana. We all cannot go and sit in parliament. We have to have reps that represent the good people of Ghana in parliament. And so when they are making such decisions, they are making it on our behalf. And so when you are in government, like the MPP government, and you have total disregard for the people of, for the parliamentarians, what you are trying to say is that you indeed do not respect Ghanaians. And that is what our problem with this NPP people. That is the tangents they've been going on, and we are saying that it is not right for you to do that. Who is not happy that we are going to mine lithium? Who is not happy? The importance of lithium can be found in the rechargeable batteries we use for mobile phones, we use for computers, we use for that electric cars they are coming, they claim they are bringing. And so lithium is a big deal. It's good we have found lithium. We need somebody to mine for us. We are not saying that we disagree with that. We are saying that do proper negotiations that will bring employment. Do proper negotiations that will bring proper revenue. Negotiate properly. When Kwame Nkrumah said that the black man is capable of handling his own affairs, what he meant was that when you discover minerals like this, the important thing you have to do is to think of how to negotiate well so that you keep a lot of revenue within. Now, let me tell you, in a good year, Ghana exports like 6.6 billion gold. how much of that money or how much of that revenue stays in Ghana? How much revenue have these NPP people collected and have been able to allocate it to our various sectors? They are not doing so. They are always in a hurry to negotiate, and we are saying that is wrong. And so I don't want, Rabi to sit here and assume that the NDC, we are rubbishing the lithium agreement. That is not what we are doing. Like Honorable Sophia Akufu said, and let me commend her, I love her so much. She has been so good in speaking to the issues. She has come out to say that the negotiations that have been done is not in favor of Ghanaians, and that better negotiations could have been done for us to get a higher, percentage. See, there's something they call auctioning.
But you heard the CEO. I think we've played the CEO's video over and over, where he has explained why countries that are having deposits of this particular mineral are also in the bidding world, where they're also bidding with good percentages. So if you try to go, if you really want to mine, and you try to go higher, 20%, 30%, nobody will come in and invest.
And that's the problem I have with the NPP. They always want to compare what somebody is not doing well and justify it with the fact that is why we are also not doing well.
Okay.
And do you understand? Okay. Why can you tell us that other countries have negotiated and they've gotten XYZ? And so it's okay when we have also gotten XYZ. That means you are not serious. Every serious person who is a result-oriented, if another country has gotten less, it is in your interest to go and negotiate and get more. I mean, when you negotiate and you get more, what will happen? And when you negotiate and you don't get more, at least you tried. But you don't sit down reluctantly and tell us that even other countries have gotten XYZ. And so when we have been able to get 10%.
So you rather we leave the mineral in the land?
I don't rather we leave the mineral in the land. I rather we go back on the table and get all the stakeholders involved to negotiate this deal properly. I don't know if it has been concluded. Is it a concluded
No, of course,
contract?
It hasn't gotten to Parliament
Good.
yet.
So if it is,
and they are not mining, according to Mincom. They haven't started mining because they don't have all the procedures, licenses to mine.
Yes.
EPA has not even granted them. And if you start, according to Ms. AEC, when you start mining anywhere in this country and you don't have the license, they will know. Actually, when he made that statement, I was wondering why illegal mining is ongoing and we don't know.
And we don't know.
But that's just by the way.
And anyway, so
that's
what we are saying is that their so-called 10% that they have brought is not good enough. They should go back to the table, meet with our parliamentarians, meet with all stakeholders, and see whether it can be renegotiated for us to get a better deal.
What do you call better deal? 15, 20, 25, 30?
Do you know that in the 1970s...
Because remember, we're to list on the Ghana Stock Exchange, Ghanaians will be owning 30%, and then the company will own 70% of it. And that I thought was also too small anyway, but that is also what we're looking at doing after some years of operations.
Annie, in the 1970s and in the early 1980s, then we were getting good percentages for our minerals. We were getting as high as 55%. If you think I'm telling lies, just Google it. We were getting as high as 55%. That was in 1970 and early 1980. So if in today's world, where we have the economic whiz kid plus the human rights lawyer governing this country, what our forefathers did, they can do better. And so they should stop the equalization. Some country got less, and so when we get less, it's okay. That is the problem I've always had with this NPP government.
They're complacent.
Yes. It is very, very nauseating. And the total disregard for the good people of Ghana is absolutely nauseating. Look at what they have done with Galamsey. The president told us he will put his presidency on the line. The president formed an interministerial committee to check illegal mining. When the interministerial committee brought a report by Professor Frimpong Boateng, NPP said it was a hearsay. They rubbished the thing totally. As we speak, there has not been official report from that interministerial committee. There has not been official report. When they sat as a committee, they were paid. They did not sit for free. Where is the document or where is the report on the Galamsey report by the interministerial committee that the president himself formed and said that he will put his presidency on the line? This Akufo-Addo-led government has not put its presidency on the line for the good people of Ghana. They have been shambolic and abysmal, always in a hurry to wrap up deals quickly to make their lives easy by looting and all that. And that is where the problem is. And so what I am saying, and I will insist, is that this 10% they have brought, royalties, it is not good enough. They should go back to the drawing board and get it done properly. Now, in that contract, it says that the company shall pay royalty to the government through the Ghana Revenue Authority in the manner that may be presided by the law. Do you know that? They said they will pay through the Ghana Revenue Authority. Now, the revenue they intend to make, what will they use it for? Do they have a proper plan for the revenues coming into this country?
The utilization of lithium revenue, at least
Yes.
revenue we're generating specifically from lithium.
Yes.
And I think that is why Dr. Kwabena Donkor is also suggesting that we should have a specific law that is, directed straight to lithium.
Yes.
So that it's not just the mineral law that we're using to cover every mineral. And I think I agree with him, because if under the mineral law we're getting 5% from gold and others.
Yes.
And we're getting 10% from
lithium.
The law cannot apply to lithium too.
Yes.
So with other factors that are involved in this lithium lease, then it means that we should get a different sort of law that would, guide us.
Yes. And it boils down to the same thing I am saying, that proper consultations should be made with this lithium thing, because lithium is a big deal. It has the potential of changing the lives of the youth in this country. The unemployment rate is so high in this country. This is a government that promised us employment. When they came, they have come to rather make all the graduates unemployed. And so proper consultations need to be made.
There's a comment, I want to read it. Joyce Ochina on Facebook, she says that, yes, and sometimes you can leave the mineral in the ground until you have a better deal.
Yes. Until you have a better deal. That is what we are calling them to go and negotiate a better deal, Annie. That is our cry. That is the cry of all those that are interested in minerals policies in this country. Go and negotiate a better deal. Don't be in a hurry to give this deal to Atlantic. They call them what? Atlantic?
Ferrari.
Yes. Don't be in a hurry. They are not the only people that can handle this matter. There are other people. Look for other options. And I was asking you, you know about auctioning, right? Have you been to an auction before? Yes. So when you are auctioning something, it's for the highest bidder. And so when I have this phone, I'm auctioning. Rabi says she'll buy it for 10 cedis. And Annie, you say you buy it for 20 cedis. I'll certainly not give it to Rabi. I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
And so that maybe the auctioning procedures could have even applied in this instance. But what I figure they did was just to rush into signing some agreements because they saw 10%. 10% is not a lot of money. And 10% of 100 Ghana cedis is how much? 10% is not a lot of money. And so you shouldn't be proud that you have gone to negotiate some deal that will give you 10%. It's nothing for you to be proud of. Now, in that contract, Annie, they put a clause there that when it is practicable, they can build a refinery. They put a clause there. Left that thing, the refinery, to the Atlantic people to determine whether it is doable that they can build a refinery or not. Instead of making that clause mandatory, that build a refinery for us, you have put it in that contract that if it is feasible, it means if you can do it. So what if they say, we can't do it? What do you do? That is why I say, this MPP...
You can't do anything.
You can't do anything. They don't have proper negotiation skills. They don't have ideas in managing the economy. If this economy was a limited liability company, it would have been collapsed and all the boards, directors and management sacked, including all those that are at the top. But it's because it's a country that we have democracy, and so we have voted them into power. So we have to have the patience and everything to wait for the next 4 years to ensure we vote them out of power, which we are doing so next year by God's grace. If it was a limited liability headed by Bawumia and Akufo-Addo, I can assure you they would have been sacked long time ago. In the business world, having a proper negotiation skills is a key requisite before you are even employed. And so this their 10%, Annie, they should go back to the drawing board.
Right. Just a quick point from the lease agreement that you may want to take note of. So we have about 12 years with likelihoods of extension through the ongoing prospecting. 12 years with likelihood. So they'll be prospecting for about 12 years, and then there's a likelihood of extension. And then the average production will give us about 350,000 tons of concentrate. The concentrate of the lithium, that's the sodium lithium, at 5.5 to 6% lithium oxide, right? Those are some of the points that you want to know. We also have a projected mine construction and development cost of $180 million for 14 months. And the payback will be about 17 months. And the average sale price of lithium concentrate over life of mine is 1,410 per ton. 1,410 per ton. That is in dollars, actually. And that is the average sale price over the life of the mine, right? And that means it's like a hedge, you know. No matter the price fluctuation, that's the average price that we have pegged at. But all that will probably go to Parliament, so we'll see what Parliament will say about that. So these are more. Yeah. I will let you come in, but let me
found lithium in your backyard. Will you negotiate for 10%?
You are not the moderator.
Okay, I'll take a break. I'll be back shortly.
Pascal is showing his boss the efficient new technology they've installed. She is pleased, but now she's asking, why is that still there? Pascal explains that he hired a security guard to protect the data shed. The boss is not so pleased anymore. If you haven't upgraded to cloud storage yet, it's time to get business done better with MTN Business.
Good afternoon, Mr. Ambedu.
Good afternoon, Mr. Asari.
How is business doing?
My business is collapsing.
Why is your business collapsing?
I sold my products and services to my clients on credit, and my debtors are not paying their debts.
Have you heard of Rosic Consult Limited, a debt recovery company operating in all the 16 regions of Ghana?
Not at all.
Mr. Ambedu, all you need to do is to contact them on their customer service line. I recommend Rosic Consult Limited, a debt recovery company to financial institutions, businessmen and businesswomen, other companies, and also individuals. Rosic Consult has 98.4% debt recovery rate. We have professional debt recovery managers. You are assured of swift debt recovery. No recovery, no commission. For Rosic Consult Limited, no more write-offs. And we pre-finance the recovery ourselves.
We are back bringing you the latest lineup from Betway. Betway starts strong with their front two with Free Play Friday and Swipe Bet. In the middle, you've got all the control with Cash Out and Build a Bet. Plus, with Win Boost, you can boost your sports bets. At the back, they have Smart Picks and the Partial Daily Jackpot.
You always get way more with Betway.
This advert has been vetted and approved by
What if the answer to powering and running a clean, efficient, and sustainable business now lies within your reach? What would you do? All you have to do is reach out to the AGI Energy Service Center. We provide tailor-made energy saving solutions to businesses. We provide you with solar feasibility studies, energy audits, energy efficiency trainings, and financial advisory services. Visit agiesc.com for more information or call us on 0507 977 902. AGIESC, Sustainable Energy for Profitability, an initiative of the Association of Ghana Industries in partnership with the German Development Corporation, implemented by GIZ.
Discover the perfect blend of quality, modern elegance, and affordability with Kingdom Home Real Estate. At Kingdom Home Real Estate, we cater to both local and international clients, offering exceptional housing options in Ebri and Ekropong. Our properties are conveniently located, providing a tranquil atmosphere, top-notch security, and essential amenities such as electricity, water, and backup generators. Our strategic locations offer easy access to popular tourist destinations, all within a 30-minute drive from Accra. Visit us in Ekropong right after the Latte Junction, or in Ebri near the Ebri Girls Senior High School. Alternatively, you can reach us Kingdom Home Real Estate, where your dream home becomes a reality.
Enjoy the fruits of your labor, they say. But as humans, aging and physical infirmity stands our way of enjoying our mansions and homes. It often becomes challenging, if not impossible, to use our stairways day in, day out. With portable American pneumatic vacuum elevators, PVs, you are assured of unlimited enjoyment of your mansions and homes. It's a self-supported elevator for vertical movement of humans and goods at homes and offices. The original comes in 3 custom-made models with wheelchair accessibility. Call it luxury, but it's a necessary imperative for vertical mobility. Do not let aging or infirmity limit you. Get one for your easy vertical mobility at home. It's affordable and can be installed in just 3 days without modification to your existing building. It's however easier to incorporate it at the construction stage. We also have traditional Fuji elevators and escalators for your high-rise buildings and malls. Visit Lifts and Elevators Company Limited at Sakumono for your elevators nationwide. For free consultation to call or WhatsApp us on 0200-535-515. Lifts and Elevators, the elevator people.
Ready for something refreshing and great tasting? For your kids' enjoyment?
Angel Cola.
For your graduation enjoyment?
Angel Cola.
Beach hangout?
Angel Cola.
For all your refreshing moments?
Angel Cola.
For your parties, get-togethers, events, and celebrations, enjoy a chilled bottle of Angel Cola.
Radio Grandma, today is your day. Over to you.
Thank you.
Enjoyment Cola.
Angel Cola.
The Enjoyment Cola. Enjoy all your moments and fun time with Angel Cola. This advert is FDA approved.
Over 18 years in business, Appointed Time Printing Limited has delivered quality service to some of Ghana's well-known brands. With our equipment capacity, we are able to deliver 1,500 pieces of polo and t-shirts in 1 hour. This is only possible with us. For retailers and wholesalers, we offer for sale high-quality polo shirts and t-shirts in different colors at affordable prices. We have a one-stop shop for all creative designs and billboards, 3D signages, flexi banners, car branding, stickers and posters. Locate us at the old GNTC building near Swansea Shopping Arcade, Accra. Contact us on 0501 454165, 0501 454165. 4167. Connect with us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Appointed Time GH, Appointed Time Printing Limited. Our printing is a
For over 20 years of serving the world with herbal and alternative medicine, we've been successful in treating complicated medical conditions with a perfect combination of herbal and alternative methods of treatments like homeopathy, naturopathy, reflexology, and many more. We deliver excellent and effective service to people from all walks of life through scientific and traditional means. We have a well-equipped laboratory with advanced diagnostic and treatment devices to help detect your illness so we know the right medication to be given. At Amen Scientific Herbal and Alternative Medical Hospital, we are proud manufacturers of our own herbal medication. Our zeal and passion to save lives with our patients at heart and outstanding achievements since 1996 has won us several awards. That is why we say, go herbal, go Amen. We are located everywhere in all the regions. Amen Scientific Herbal and Alternative Medical Hospital. Allahu Shafi, God is the healer.
Customer. Nadabena minka me papa. What you saying? Me try 10 Ghana. 10 Ghana. 10 Ghana cedis. No dia, send now benya. 10 Ghana cedis no. Me dia. 54,000 Ghana cedis. 54,000. 540 million. Yeah, the one on the camera is Kasek. Yeah. And then I get it now. Now, Boki. Drawn on assassin. Mammy, you got customer. One of our daily lucky winners. Dial *946# to play now. Or you can also play online at www.gamepackgames.com. Game Park is regulated by the National Lottery Authority.
Welcome back. Let's get into other issues. Okay, Game Park Game Limited says that if you know what wealth means to you, then you want to live like a tycoon. Remember that who's got the mullah got the power. So Ghana's newest lottery game is live on Adom TV. It draws at 9 a.m., 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. daily. And now pick your phones and tablets and computers and then and download the Game Park games on app store, Play Store. You can also play on your website. It's www.gameparkgames.com or by dialing *946# on all networks. Just choose from the numbers from 0 to 9, and it's easy to play. So just join the game. It's also only restricted to persons not under 18. So you have to be 18 and above. Cow charcoal toothpaste. Remember I told you about the kids one. This is a general charcoal toothpaste. And if you remember not too long ago, your parents was using the brush that's what you call the plantain head, body tree. And it mixed with charcoal, and then so there's an improved version of it, and that is the Cow charcoal toothpaste and essential medicine properties that helps to improve toxins from the bodies. And the natural adsorptive property of charcoal helps to remove the bacteria that reduces bad breath in the mouth, hence giving you a fresh breath. The Cow charcoal toothpaste is also formulated and produced under strict hygienic conditions and necessary production protocols and approved by the Food and Drugs Authority. It's also recommended for children above 6 years. Remember that the one under the kids one is for 2 and 6, but this children above 6 years can also use it, and adults also can use it. Angel Cola is also giving you a range of some, flavors: orange, mango, peach, apple, lime, and you can actually make a choice of it this Christmas as you intend to stock your house or maybe for events. It's recommended for all children as well and also adults. Call them on 0244 832286 or 0508 7878 Terms and conditions are applied. And Kingdom Real Estate is also giving you an offer, providing you with affordable housing facility for sale. Our facilities are located in the serene environment, Ekopong, also Nebri, with the best weather condition, 30 minutes drive from Accra. And it also provides a modern touch. So you can call them. They are near Safari Valley Resorts, and they're giving you a 70% option to pay, and then the 30% will be spread over 2 years with no interest. So if you want a house, please locate them at Ebri, close to the Ebri Girls SHS in Ebri, Ekropong, right after Lalata Junction. Call them on 0559 761 144 or 0555 621 611 or www.kingdomhomerealestate.com for the website, and visit them on Facebook as well. And Makers Electronics is also available for you. It's Makers Electronic Blessings promo attack rush now, and Makers Electronics Company Limited is giving you up to 67% discount on Samsung, LG, Moved, NASCO, TLC, Media, and Toshiba. Visit them in their showrooms at Saifa Burkina Highway, Amasaman, Zongo Junction, Oyarifa, Teman, Boga Junction, Kaswa, New Market, Ashaman, Bako Flat, Kumasi, Ahineba Kokobing, and Takradi, Ifyukuma, number 9 Market. Call them on 055 2222-253 or 055-2222-254. The Makers Electronics are large and in charge with quality but affordable home appliances and consumer electronic. Terms and conditions apply as well. So let me come back to my guests. We will do a quick one. I told you earlier on that we're going to Sunyani to join Kofi Ajapong and his team there as YEA launches its business employment assistance module, right? And we're getting the details of that. So at 10 exactly, we'll be crossing over. But I just wanted us to touch on this. You wanted to make response to the lithium. Okay, go ahead. When you finish, I'll just bring up this issue.
Yes.
10 SHS, Daily Guide says 10. Ghanaian Times says 11. Other papers, Finder says SHS interdicts several heads. That's safe to even use the word several, and I'm sure that has to do with what GES deemed it wrongdoing by these headmasters. But Haja, let me have you respond to this under 1 minute.
Yes, Annie. It's not really nice when we don't pay attention to listen to each other. And then when you come to sit here with preconceived mind, it affects your quality of delivery. And that I would always say, not even today, all the time, I encourage my colleagues to let us always listen to each other. If one is talking and one is fidgeting a phone and then comes back to say a whole lot of different things from what would have been said, then it becomes a problem. But fortunately, our viewers are always listening. I expected her to have listened carefully to Honorable John Dinapo on his position in Parliament. He was so clear. The video was played. She actually got it played back again. The Minerals Commission CEO came to speak about it. All the procedure, and she was talking about the procedure not being done properly. What does she expect from, or different from what has been said on air here? Including when you mentioned, Annie, the engagement of the EPA to get these people. Now, the CEO stated categorically that, look, these people have a license that permits them to explore. And if they are having the exploration, until the license is expired, there is no way they would not have access to go and do the exploration. I am not a miner. However, I have seen and listened and read about exploration. Exploration is exploring, checking on the land, testing, finding where you can have each deposit, which includes not just being on the concession, but as well also the stakeholder engagement that is involved currently. She was confused as to whether the whole process has been done or where we are. She didn't actually know where we are.
Really?
It is nice to inform her that besides all the conversations that has been held with Barari and then all the key actors that are supposed to be talking on it now, we will be going to Parliament for this to be laid. 10%, I say, and like I mentioned in my initial submission, is something that we look up to seeing increased, but it doesn't say it's the ultimate or the best of deals. Again,
so we're looking at considering, a possible increase of the percentage.
Yes, for negotiation. And look, listen to, is it the same NDC? Look, Annie, I always say that when we have well-meaning Ghanaians, when we have people who care about Ghana, when I have you, Annie, sit here to ask me questions, directing at getting things done better, I don't have issue. I welcome it wholeheartedly. But when you see people coming on mischievous tangent, then it becomes a problem.
Okay.
How can a political party that led us into a huge wastage of 500 million Ghana cedis annually in terms of power purchase now sit? We have excess power. This is it. It's on record, Annie. We are paying monies that we shouldn't be paying. Same money could have been used when we were using it for different things in this country. These same people are coming back to behave as if they are
Have you heard what former President Mahama has said that he can use the excess power for?
It's not about using excess power for. That would have been an afterthought. It's about what we have wasted as a country already in the past by paying for this excess power. That is just in the past. What I am saying is that they do not have that moral right, Annie, because they came, they worked, we saw them.
Okay, your
if
1 minute
we are
is
having
up.
a conversation,
Your 1 minute is up.
Let's move on with
All
it.
right, let me
probably
bring
would
up
have even
other
brought
issues.
more issues on the lithium, but we'll come back on a different.
Maybe another time we'll do
fine.
that. But let me deal with this matter maybe before we wrap up. And that's for collecting unauthorized monies from SHS students. 11 headmasters land in hot water. GES initiates investigations into their conduct. 11 headmasters, and I'm saying 11 from the Ghanaian Times. Like I said, Daily Guide says 10. 11 head teachers of senior high schools in the Ashanti, Eastern, Bono, and Greater Accra regions have been interdicted by the Ghana Education Service, GES, for allegedly collecting unauthorized monies from candidates placed in the schools. Out of the number, 7 are in Ashanti, 2 in the Bono, 2 in the Eastern and Greater Accra, respectively. In the Ashanti region, they were named as Mrs. Selina Anane Afuakwa, headmistress of Kumasi Girls SHS, Mr. Nathaniel Samoa, headmaster of Asanteman SHS, Mr. Andrew Boateng, headmaster of Kumasi Senior High School, Technical School, Mr. Kwejo Obing Apia, headmaster of Mansour Dubia SHS. Others were Mr. Daniel Boama Duku, headmaster of Agrika. Okay, so the names are there. But the other affected individuals, their names are also there. Let me jump to here. While Mr. Afi was accused of charging unauthorized fees including baller fees, motivation fees, and lunch bag. Charges Mr. Abudu was also accused of charging students includes 45 Ghana cedis for hymn books, SRC fees, brown khaki, and other items. They have been accused of charging students various unapproved fees, including payments of house dues, books, and calculators. Others were also accused of charging fees for the admission process and printing of slips and files and hymn books, sale of books, and sale of anniversary cloths. These were contained in the directives issued by GES to the head teachers and chanced upon by the Ghanaian Times. In a separate statement dated December 8, 2023, the GES stated that it has initiated investigation into the conduct of the head teacher, signed by the Ashanti Regional Director of Education, Mr. Dr. William Mankrapia, and said that it has come to the notice of the management the collection of unauthorized monies as part of the admission process. Based on the above, the Code of Conduct stipulates that you are to step aside for investigation to be conducted. Right.
I should continue.
Yes.
I just landed. I thought you were going to Nanekuya.
Oh, no. I'll come to you first because you are in charge. You have implemented free SHS as bringing up a lot of some of these things.
Yeah.
And I said earlier that some of the headmasters are unable to speak or come out because they are afraid of victimization. But obviously, you've seen the details of what they're collecting the monies for.
And then we have all gone through senior high schools. We have seen the practices before free SHS. And we have just heard you say, and maybe if there is time, you could look at what they are charging them for. Bola fee, anniversary cloth, calculators. I mean, I agree that in implementing every new initiative, change is a process, Annie. Whatever you are bringing new, be it at its pilot stage or its direct implementation stage, you certainly would have challenges. I admit to the challenges we have. However, Annie, we shouldn't relent on picking up people like this 10 or 11 people that are reported to be engaged in these practices. How on earth can you go to charge somebody Bola fees? Now, even if the argument is that the teacher is in one way or the other having challenges with maybe the government or something, what locus have they got to charge this amount of money? Anniversary cloth has always been optional for every student wherever I found myself during my junior high schooling days. They bring the anniversary cloth and they say, if you can afford, you buy. So I don't see why
they say if
teachers,
you can afford, you buy.
In most
anniversary
schools,
cloth
in
was,
most schools,
they
in
were,
most schools, look, in
they
most,
were consolidated.
Let me come.
They were
in
consolidated
most schools,
in our fees.
Annie,
it's not in most schools. What you're saying is not factual. I won't allow you. They are consolidated. All those little things. What
Annie,
do you
are you
call
speaking for all the schools in Ghana?
No, I'm just
saying.
saying.
So I'm just saying some of
then
the
speak
schools,
about your school, but don't say in most schools.
So
say your school. Just limit it to your school.
Some of the schools, I won't say what you want me to say. I will say what I know. Some of the schools would come and say it's optional. Get your parents to buy for you. Some of the schools will get it. So if you had allowed me to learn, you would have gotten where I'm coming from.
You're coming from
where? Some of the schools will provide, whilst other schools would come and say, buy it or get it optional if you want. And that has to do with where I come from, even if I want to go by what you want me to say. So what I am saying is that it's not a must that the teachers come to extort from the students or their parents. I'm not for it. Why would I sit and justify this? It's a wrong. It's true that, and it's very good that the GS has picked on them. The education ministry is watching this. We all are stakeholders in it. Even if we don't have our wards directly in these secondary schools, we do have people who are indirectly benefiting on it or from it. So what I am saying is that it's wrong for them to charge any amount, not even this particular one, that is not sanctioned by the Ministry of Education or the GES. And they have been picked, they have been asked to step aside or even sacked, if I may put it. I think it's a good one.
That what they've been they've asked them to step aside.
They need to be investigated. They need to be asked questions. They need to explain themselves because everyone has the right to be heard. But something not going your way is not a justification for you to also go and do bad. Do we use wrong to do wrong? No. To correct wrong? No. You don't do wrong when you feel you are not happy with the system. You only have to go through the right procedure. And that's what I would always advocate for. So it's not sanctioned. The GS is saying it's a no. I am sitting here personally saying it's a wrong practice. I know my party, my government is not happy with this. And certainly they have to look through, ask them the relevant questions, get to know what exactly they use these monies for, and take the right actions on these teachers.
Have we tried reviewing free SHS at all since its implementation for 7 years?
If you look at the level at which infrastructural development is moving, though not very much satisfactory for some people, but the fact that people have come, especially the ministry, coming out to say, look, we are working towards providing more furniture. We are working towards providing more classrooms. In between 2015 to 16, if you had done an audit, or if you still want to go back to the archive to look at the audit, Mahama added 840 classrooms, new classrooms. Between 2017 till date, Nanado has added over 2,729 new classrooms. That is telling you that, look, we are trying, we are working, we are responding to the challenges that is emanating from it. The model schools we are talking about, Annie, and I'll always come back to say, I am not saying that is all said and done. but there is something being done about it. And that's why when we are having such discussions, it's only fair to have an opponent responding to it. But my energy would always be on the person who wants to talk to the figures, who wants to talk to the issues, and not somebody who probably wouldn't have even paid attention to what we have done and now doing, but rather come to also criticize.
What have you done? I'm giving you the chance. What have you done?
I said, sorry, you were looking into your phone. Mahama.
I don't know why you seem to have hold on. Let me set this straight before you continue.
Or you were listening whilst looking at your phone.
Yes, the fact that
I thought you were
this is about the third time you're mentioning. The fact that I'm on my phone doesn't mean I'm not listening to you.
Okay, all right.
And when I'm on my phone, I don't have to tell everybody what I'm doing.
Yes, sure, that's fine. Also, the model schools, please. I thought you said I shouldn't talk.
No, I'm just.
We have. No, you did. You said it. I respect
you.
people's opinion.
Yes,
if it's your time, you talk. You come to do whatever correction you have. But let me talk. You gave it to me here, so let me finish my part.
Yes, please.
The 840 classrooms that we are talking about, we say we did from 2017 till date 2,729 new. And look, the model schools are there for you to go and fetch.
Model schools, the STEM schools?
Yes, Annie. The STEM schools are there. When you look at TVET, it's never happened during the NDC. We now have 5 equipped, solid. The pictures, it will just be difficult for me to stop the presentation and pull it because I didn't even know we were coming to look at this. But next time I'm here, I'll be happy to share with the producer some of these infrastructure works we have done. Expectation is that we do more, which I agree, but that is not also to say we are doing nothing about it. Look, according to GetFund audit, and please, according to this audit, the 29 E-blocks that they came to report as 45 is what we should be looking at. Because if the audit report is saying the E-blocks were just 29, and people are coming, including communicators I have sat not on this platform with, but other platforms, to say we did 45 schools. It's what we are talking about.
Okay.
Let me
get, no, I don't want this data. Let me get a little practical. At the appointment, I'm reading from year 2022.
Yes.
20th October 2022.
Yes.
NAGRAT kicked against appointment of new GES boss. And mind you, at the time NAGRAT was doing this, I thought, you're being too petty, you know. I mean, the fact that somebody's not a teacher, you know, you can't tell me that the person cannot be a GES boss. But I think we're facing the reality of it, the practicality of it, of someone understanding how it works in schools. So listen to this story. The National Association of Graduate Teachers, NAGRAT, had kicked against the appointment of the Dr. Eric Nkansa as the new Director General of the Ghana Education Service. The association says that the new appointment is a banker who has no background in teaching. Therefore, they are unhappy with this appointment. Addressing the press conference Accra Thursday, October 20, 2022, President of NAGRAT, Mr. Angel Kabonu, said teachers were hoping that a person who has a background in education would be appointed in order to bring his or her expertise to bear. The appointment is an indication that there is no qualified teaching professionals to man education in Ghana, he said. Mr. Kabonu indicated that they are annoyed and surprised by the appointment of Dr. Nkansa. He said, what annoyed and surprised all of us was that a new Director General has been appointed to the Ghana Education Service. Quote, the authority has appointed Director General of GES is a president of the land. Okay, the authority that appointed the president of the land. Unfortunately, contrary to what the teacher unions indicated that we will want as Director General, who is a professional teacher, who has passed through the mill, who can't bring his knowledge, skills, and influence to bear on activities or teachers and non-teachers in GES. Contrary to that, the gentleman who was appointed yesterday is not a teacher. He is a banking officer who was a special assistant in the office of the minister and has been appointed to the Director General of as Director General of GES. And we're not happy with this development. It is as off. We don't, okay, I think you wanted to write as if we don't have professionals, and we are all educated people who have gone through the mill in education. This country has to run. If this person has to, I'll leave it here, but if this person has to investigate these experiences the teachers are going through, how do you think he's going to appreciate their work?
Thank you, Annie. Please, whom did they say he was before the appointment?
Banker.
No, I mean in the ministry. They said something.
Assistant to the minister, special assistant to the office of the minister.
Yes.
And has been appointed here.
Yes, Annie. Thank you. I like the tangent you are coming from. You see, Annie, I agree, given the perspective they are coming from. Say, look, we expected that somebody with education background, somebody who has been in the classroom, should be the person now leading the process. However, Annie, if you look at learning on the job, work experience, and deliverables, in some cases, they are kind of people, individuals, based on their willingness, based on their level of adjustment, and based on their level of speed as well, are able to perform greatly wherever they find themselves. I'm not justifying because I'm not his spokesperson, and I haven't listened to him directly. I'm just putting across the possibilities and the possible response or possible solutions that could go to address the concerns they are raising. Annie, we see situations where somebody might not be an accountant, but for the fact that the person is recruited in a bank, has gone through orientation, has observed for some time, because they just said he was an assistant to the minister. And you know this critical role the assistants, some of them do play. Some are not just assistants. They probably would have got their own qualifications. They are also good to lead. However, for strategic reasons or whatever, you find them being close to the minister to support. Now, if this person's competence in terms of delivery is what they are doubting, I wouldn't have anything to say to respond to that. But if this person is somebody who has come to take over and is doing well, we are not seeing any critical challenges that are being directed to him or that are emanating as a result of his leadership. Because these charges, I can't actually tie up this happening of the practice of this senior high, the headmasters, to the appointment of the director. Unless, of course, somebody arguing or somebody wants to tell me that he called them to say, go and do this.
Okay.
If it is his directive to do that, then we will come back and say, we got the wrong person after all.
Okay, I don't have a lot of time.
If it is not his direction, then
okay, I'll shortchange you a bit, but I have a say.
Annie, when it comes to education, I'm very, very passionate about education. You see, my mom was a single parent, and she ensured that 5 of us, she educated us very, very well. She would sell her clothes and pay our fees and all that. And so I watched her ensure that we go through the education system, making sure that we all grow up to become somebody in future. And when you see me sitting here, it's because of my mom, who realized the importance of education. And so growing up, I'm also passionate about education. Now, we were in this country where we were doing 3 years of our secondary. And this MPP came to power and said they want to implement the free SHS policy. And I always say that the free SHS policy is a beautiful policy. The implementation was so wrong. And the fact that they are even refusing to accept that what we are doing is not good for the future of these children is even more painful. At least, you have brought this free SHS. If it is not going well, be remorseful, be determined. What can we do to make sure that the kids are in good condition? What can we do to ensure that this our free SHS we have brought serves its purpose in a good way? And they are not doing that. When we complain, they fight us. And I don't understand it. See, There is some food circulating online. I don't know if you have seen it, that the kids are eating. Annie, it is so pathetic. My first daughter in the Cambridge, when she was graduating, did what do you call it? They have a documentary you have to do before you graduate. And she chose to do that documentary in regards to free feeding in the private schools. And so she carried her camera. I followed her. We went to one private school. I can't mention their name. And the sort of things we were told concerning the food, the school feeding, will shock you. However, they were quick to tell us, oh, we have told you all this, but ensure you don't capture it in the documentary. Because when you do, we will be in trouble. This is how bad the MPP government have been able to intimidate teachers, to hold them by their neck, that even when they feel like vomiting, they cannot. Who are you, a teacher, to come and speak up to the issues facing the school? They will come after you.
So what they are doing, they are not speaking up. They are now using their own means.
Yes,
to
and the anniversary clause.
So even if they are not using the money for Bola, they will collect all kinds of things so that they can manage the running of the school.
If the government had cleared the rubbish around them, would they go and collect the Bola money? They are collecting the Bola money to go and collect the rubbish.
Have you seen any rubbish?
Annie, let's be practical. I mean, we should forget about the theories. Let's just be practical.
I'm just saying.
Anniversary cloth. We are going to have an anniversary. You need the cloth. You can't say that whilst the anniversary is going on, you will be in a dormitory.
Optional.
It is not optional. The school I went to, we didn't do any optional anniversary cloth. I went to Infantiman Girls. Excellent. I am a Cyterian and I'm a proud one for that matter.
In some schools.
Look, Annie, let me finish.
No, but I'm
Annie, let me
surprised at that point you made.
Annie, let me finish.
The schools will tell you that anniversary cloth is optional. And when we're wearing anniversary cloth, we're wearing anniversary cloth. It's supposed to be uniform. Everybody is supposed to get
finish
on.
my submission.
So if let's say you have, hold on, if let's say you have about 500 students in the school, Rabbi, listen to me. If you have 500 students, right, and only 10 of them can afford the cloth because you say it's optional, are you going to agree to that at a school?
And when the anniversary is going on, where will the child be?
No, I don't want you to respond to that. It's just a rhetorical question.
Even off camera, I'll tell you more about what I'm saying.
They said,
I'm speaking on practical terms.
Okay. Rabbi, please, can I continue?
Yes, continue.
My darling Rabbi.
Continue.
Good. The teachers are doing all these things because it has become necessary they do it. Oh, you know, the compound is so dirty. There's Bola all over the place. No, they don't have the money. They don't have the money to clear it.
It's not true.
So if the child is being...
It's not true.
Look, a friend of mine's child is in one of the good schools in, what do you call it? Central Region.
And their compound is dirty.
Do you know that when she came back from school, she said to her mother she's not going back to school?
Why?
Good question. The misery, the hunger, the tiredness. A lot of the students don't have uniforms. I am telling you that 8 children are sharing one tin of sardine. And in that sardine, the pieces of sardine is 3. They won't tell you. Go on the fields and ask the children. This, my friend's daughter said she will not go back to school. My friend had to call me for me to beg her to go back to school. That is why my kids are not attending free SHS. Because I know that the challenges they go through is too much for them. It's too much.
But my problem is, you see, children are children. If you do not make an environment comfortable for them, studies itself will be very challenging. If that food that's circulating on social media, I asked the page I saw, I asked the person which school it was, but the person has not responded till date. I just want to know which school that is. If indeed children are eating, I don't think even prisoners
the one you saw is even better. There is worse version of those foods, I'm telling you.
Oh, there's some that we have showed on this screen of some schools, some Nkatinkwan that looks like something. Like water they've poured sand and mixed it.
I mean, it's so pathetic. It's so pathetic.
Rabbi is just defending everything.
And that is the most annoying part of this MPP.
Not everything. Annie, you see, when you sound
Annie,
like
I've not finished my submission.
When you sound like this, you see, I'm tempted to say certain things. You see,
Annie, I've not finished.
I'll come.
Finished.
Look, Annie, it's not your first time hosting me. You are not hosting me for the first time. And you know, a classical example is the Cecilia Dapa case.
Hey, the $1 million under her bed.
Whenever I come here, I don't come to say, Anna, we are good. Or no. But trust me, Annie, I speak to the issues and I don't force to defend what. Right now, I just told you. I could have said these are teachers who are under the Akufo-Addo's government. So we should. No, I don't do that kind of politicking. My communication is such that the right things should be done. And that is what President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo is looking for. And we as a political party, that is the direction we are going.
So that's one of Rami, look at the food.
I'm here.
Look at the food.
Yes, I'm sorry for this. It is really bad. And I feel so sorry about it.
No, does the president see these videos?
You just said we shouldn't do this. Please don't do that. You kept me on the spot. You spoke about 3 seconds on me. You advised me not to do this.
If your child is in a school like
it's
this, feeding your children, look at the rice balls. I don't know if it's rice particles or it's rice balls or it's rice. I don't know what it is. Or it's more.
Annie, I expect Nana Ekuya.
No, forget Nana Ekuya. Let's deal with the issue. Don't worry.
It's normal. It's all part of it.
No,
so I expect her to understand that it's normal. That's why she's pushed to do same. So if I was doing that, doesn't mean I'm being good. But what I'm saying, you see that soup I just watched, I'm not happy about it. I know most people, including the president, wouldn't be happy about this when he says that. But Annie, yes, the buck stops with the supervisor. Whatever discussion we have at the end of the day, somebody will say, where is the policy maker? And that's the point I want to make. There are individuals in charge of supervision. People are paid for supervision. People are paid for providing the right meals. People are paid for this. So what we have to intensify as a government at this point is to strengthen the supervision work we are doing around this.
Did you see the caterers?
Kindly let me land. I didn't ask a question. I'm just giving out recommendations.
Did you see the caterers who went on strike that they were not going to cook again, demanding for more money, and the Ashanti regional minister was upstairs snobbing them? Did you see that?
So my position is, if you are demanding for more money, that's what you just said. If you are demanding more money, what I am saying is that the person who is in charge of monitoring, who has to ensure that the food is provided, who has to ensure the quality of the food being given to the wards, is also very critical to be looked at. So I am appealing to them. If the food is provided, go and check. If the caterer is not doing the right thing, get her to do it. And that brings you to the point that we wouldn't come and say, Ethiopia. We wouldn't say, we won't listen to you. We will say, yes, Annie, accept it. The soup doesn't look too good. We will sanction our supervisors. We will sanction the parents, the caterers, to go and look into that matter. And I assure you, Annie, picking it, I'm a very strong advocate. I did education. We had this project we called the TENI, the Tackling Educational Needs Inclusive. And if you are looking at quality of education, TLM, PTAs, everything inclusive, the infrastructure, the teaching and learning materials they need, this support system we have, this is an initiative. This is a policy.
Is it still in existence?
That has come. Which one?
The TANI exists.
The policy. It was implemented. I was with the NGO and now I'm not there. So I would have to cross-check with them to see whether the NGO is still on that.
Okay.
And also, please, can I add some information? Sorry, before you go on. You see on the school cloth matter, Annie, it's sad that when, look, I don't drive pride in talking about the plight of the North. There are some northern schools, and I'm saying it, my people are watching me, and they know I wouldn't put out wrong information. The school cloth, that is the general school cloth, during the time I was in secondary school, was different from an anniversary cloth. And in my school, probably largely because majority of us were from the very extreme poor background.
Thank you. That was a special case.
Annie, I'm saying, so that's why when I say in some cases, I'm
trying to let you know.
Don't do this to me. You see, when I spoke about it.
Let me read my messages.
When I spoke about it. So I shouldn't land.
Let me read my messages. No, because
so what I'm saying is that
I'm hosting a program.
Let me land.
I'm trying to explain to you that if you have special schools that are going through certain conditions, don't lump it. You remember when she was talking, I said, don't say it's all schools.
I didn't say all.
You even said most. You said most schools. You used the word most.
Most. Yes. So when I say most, in the context of where I sit, I shouldn't be crucified for saying most. You know? If I were clear enough to classify it, yes.
So
I agree with you.
Limited to your school.
I agree with you, Annie. But I'm saying not only my school in the north. There are some other schools who were going through that. I don't know of current happenings, so I can't boldly say in recent time that is happening. But this is what was happening with many schools where I come from. Yes, so that's just what I was saying.
Today I've been with Rabi on the show.
Yes,
I haven't been with Nanekia today.
Yes.
Today you're not on the show.
Yes.
I know, right? But Rabi is anxious. I mean, when you are losing, you become anxious sometimes. So it's
how anxious? If we are having a conversation.
The questions we should be asked about the lithium deal are as follows: will the company from Australia allow another company from Ghana to take stock or its lithium resources in their own country? Will Australia, as a country, sign a lithium deal where it gets a paltry 6 to 10%? In which country in the world will this extraction begin without parliamentary ratification? Mining has not begun. They are exploring.
It's just conversation.
This deal is a rip-off and must be critically scrutinized, relative to the changes which must be made to benefit Ghana. David Edutema sent us in. Annie, relative to the so-called lithium deal, what we have achieved from our gold. Just look at the mining area so outmoded and compared to South African mining areas, all because of no proper deal, you say. And then this one says that the NDC lady should check her facts well. In the 1970s, a Champon regime nationalized state gold mining. That is why we were able to go for the 51/49% she's talking about. This is not the case now.
What is the case now?
But
he shouldn't
she's
also
right.
bring any message that is not correct. He should state what the case is.
Okay. My time is up. You have many messages, but my time is up. This one says, good morning, Annie. The lies are infectious. Do you know what? I'm not reading this one. Let me just, cross over to Sunyani. Ladies, I'm grateful that you came. We're crossing over to Sunyani, and we'll bring you the details of what Kofi Ejapong and his team are also doing, bringing the new policy that's going to give us more jobs for the youth. YEA is doing this work. Tonado is looking at me. Let me just cross over, and then we'll bring you the details.
Pascal is showing his boss the efficient new technology they've installed. She is pleased, but now she's asking, why is that still there? Pascal explains that he hired a security guard to protect the data shed. The boss is not so pleased anymore. If you haven't upgraded to cloud storage yet, it's time to get business done better with MTN Business.
We are back, bringing you the latest lineup from Betway. Betway starts strong with their front two, with Free Play Friday and Swipe Bet. In the middle, you've got all the control with Cash Out and Build a Bet. Plus, with Win Boost, you can boost your sports bet. At the back, they have Smart Picks and the partial daily jackpot.
You always get way more with Betway.
My son, there's more blessing in giving than receiving. When you fear for you and couple the makers in
The pneumatological abrasion of the Lord revealed unto me this night that me and my household should go out into the world and bless the world.
Makers Electronics Company Limited. Up to 67% discount. Our selected appliances.
This is what I call quintessential immaculatability.
The Makers Electronics Company Limited. Taifa Burkina Highway. Amasa Zongo Junction. At the K Pharmacy Dining. Or Yeri Fateman Boga Junction.
Junction, Ashaman, Valco Flat, Kumasi, Ahinema Kokoben, Asafubuachi Hospital Junction, Takradi, Efiekuma, number 9 Market.
To and tell mom and dad about the Maker's Blessing Attack program.
From 0552 222 253 and 0552 222 254. Terms and conditions apply.
What bet? The 14th edition of Ghana's biggest award event, 14th Visa King RTP Awards 2023.
More than 80% of global trade is carried by sea. Most of the products we consume daily travel through ports, making them a key link in the global supply chain. The Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority is committed to ensuring the enhancement, resilience and sustainability of port infrastructure and maritime trade. Get to know which vessel is bringing your goods, how much duty you are required to pay, and how quickly you can clear your goods from the ports of Ghana. We ask the relevant questions and elicit responses from the appropriate authorities. We interact with you via our social media platforms and put your queries across to the expert. Iron Port shows this and every Sunday live on Metro TV at 5:30 p.m. Iron Port is proudly brought to you by and powered by the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. Iron Port, transparency in doing business and building nation.
Welcome back. We were crossing over to Sunyani. I'm told that they're still preparing to, link with us, and so let's just, proceed a bit before. We were actually on the free SHS issue before we went for the break. So some of your comments, I'll take them before I come to the guests. And someone sent me a document of a controversy surrounding the Ewoya lithium mining, right? And it's a whole document. I don't think that I can spend time to read it all. I think I'll read some 2 paragraphs. It says that given the state of the governance in our country, the long-held conviction that the country has not had enough benefit from mining, it is understandable that there is suspicion about the significant transactions such as a grant of lithium mining lease to a subsidiary of the Australian listed mining company whose significant US shareholder will buy half the products of the mine and send to the US plant for processing. This is especially so when the first time potentially affected communities and other significant stakeholders learn about the transaction is in a manner which conveys the impression of fait accompli. Fait accompli. I like the word. It's a French word. So the task, however, is The task, however, is to assess the terms of the transaction clear-handed fashion and determine whether it should be rejected entirely or improved in any particular. Maybe the improvement will be considered. But the write-up is about 4 or 5 pages, and it is written by Kofi Ansah and Fui Chikata. I think we can access this document later, but for now, it's really send it to me. I want to look at too long, a long read. Okay, I'll send it to you. Good morning. Okay, I've read this one. So let me move on to I'm just missing my messages because I went for the break. This is the Annie. Good morning to you. What is Madam Rabi saying? Granted that the NDC made some mistakes in the past, is it the understanding of the NPP government that the NDC in opposition should sit down aloof while they lead the country into a ditch? What does she really mean by someone not having a moral right to talk about whatever wrong things NPP does in this government? This thing about some not having moral right to talk about the ills of his or her own country must stop. And Annie, how do you sanction supervisors who are not paying the caterers who are doing the cooking for the children? Rabi and her group need to be realistic and do the right thing. Sam from East Legon sent that in. This says that I'm watching from home and I have... Okay, I'm watching from home and I have here with me my niece who's attesting to the fact that the food they eat at school is very bad. Please let the NPP woman know that they should not, they should go to the grounds and verify. Thank you. This is from a gentleman who actually works at Millennium Insurance. He sent that in.
Well noted. Please, Annie, tell him I've taken note.
Okay. I always say that our mindset is so bad that any policy aimed at making the country better will be destroyed by the implementers. The saddest part is instead of tackling the issues head on, no, we delve into politicizing to let the culprits go scot-free. No matter what, any school authority that uses their power to charge approved, unapproved fees must be dealt with. Kwesi Reynolds from Agona Dobing send this in. Kwesi, thank you for the message. Musa Batwaswasi says, Annie, if government fails to heed to our calls to stop this deal, we'll organize demo Atlantic lithium thievery because government is trying to scam Ghanaians through this mining lease agreement. Despite serious issues raised by the industry players, government is making sure that the short-change Ghanaians 24-hour economy will prevent selling of the natural resources by providing incentives to businesses in order to pay more taxes to government and create sustainable jobs for Ghanaians. You say, I've heard from Professor Jempo, who comes from the area, that if this deal is not improved to suit them, they are going to fight it with their last blood. He said that on TV.
He made a recommendation that I think has been taken or ought to be taken into consideration.
Okay.
That he is of the expectation. Okay, sorry.
Prince from Kofodia said, good morning, Annie. The sad aspect of this lithium deal is that the majority of Ghanaians will not benefit, but rather some few politicians who have already enriched themselves with other natural minerals of Ghana. We are on our way, we are our own enemies of Ghana. We are our own enemies and are developed because of our selfish leaders. Proverbs 29:2. The future is pregnant, you say. Okay. Let me read. Mansa Musa says that the lithium mining agreement, yes, it is true that irrespective of whatever agreement is reached, some benefits will come to all concerned. But for those who are not in favor of this current arrangement with the lithium miners, it is because we believe that in its entirety, the current agreement isn't good enough. Those who want this agreement say we should be grateful for what we've got, and we are saying the possibilities for acquiring maximum benefits bigger than what is presented still exist, and we must go for it and not to accept the status quo. For Mansa Musa, it says that on the lighter note, may you read this out, maybe to reassure that everything is normal, right? Mansa Musa actually thinks that I'm bereaved. That's why I'm wearing black. I don't know why Ghanaians have that thing. I like black, but because of you Ghanaians, I can't wear black. All right, so those are some of the messages. Let me just pull the brakes here, and then Nanekia, you wanted to talk more about the education issues.
You just read.
Yes.
Before we go into okay, Shushugo, I had some comments on it.
So the education system, this government has messed it up as well. They are good at messing things up.
So Helga says that, did Rabi say free SHS in the pilot stage? A pilot stage of phase.
I said whatever.
A pilot stage of
that
phase cannot possibly last for 7 years.
No. She didn't listen.
I didn't even hear.
It's good she asked.
So what did you say?
I said in every implementation of a project, not free SHS. Who calls free SHS a pilot at this point? So she got that wrong. I said when you
what
are
did you say?
it at its pilot stage, whatever project, not free SHS. That was what I said. I said in every project implementation, like you are implementing a project, whether you are at the pilot stage or this, you certainly will have challenges. How is that supposed to be only free SHS?
But free SHS, how long did we pilot it for?
I'm not talking about pilot of free SHS.
Yes, but how long? I'm asking a separate question. Did we ever pilot free SHS?
No,
the
implementation came.
Because that's where the problem comes from.
Yes,
we did not pilot free SHS for even 3 months or even 4 months or even 1 year for us to see how it was going to go. And then if we saw the challenges, we would have the benefits of that pilot. To say, no, I think when we do it this way, we didn't do that. We just started wholesale and then we went.
That's their track record.
What I'm saying is that sometimes some things also trigger other actions. Like, as we speak, when you check, over 1 million children between the age of 7 to 14, I guess. I can't remember the age bracket, but I know over 1 million children are just home. They don't have access to education. So if you have a huge problem like this, and yours is the thinking that, yes, I agree we should have had a pilot of it. That I agree. But I'm also saying this implementation that we are doing and also adjusting and correcting things whilst we move isn't a bad idea entirely. Yes, the challenges are coming, Annie, but it's also good that we are able to soak the pressure and try addressing them.
Any policy that makes your existing situation worse off, it's not a good policy.
Say that again.
Any policy that makes your existing situation worse off. It's not a good policy.
Over 30% increase in terms of enrollment.
See, that's what you're looking at.
It's
but
worse.
But listen, you see, when you were talking, let me ask the question.
Yes.
When you were talking, you made reference to quality.
Quality, yes, I agree.
And that's what we do in this country.
Yes.
We don't look at, we look at
quantity over
quality. We always choose quantity over quality.
And specify to the MPP.
The thing is a mess. But because of you're looking at the quantity, you don't appreciate the quality, the depth of the challenges that we're faced with. If a child is in school, a child of age 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, we introduce the child to this kind of feeding and we say, this is okay, deal with it. Do you know what you're doing to the child's mind? Mental development.
Yes.
And you say that, so the quantity that you're referring to, the 30 million of children that you say you're giving access to education, do you know the danger of what you are doing to this 30 million of population of children?
I said 30% increase.
30% increase.
And then over 1 million.
So I'm saying
access.
That the fall in quality that you have introduced this increase of 30% of children to. Do you know what
in percentage terms?
Do you know its impact on the nation?
No, Annie. So you see, we are both talking about outcome. We want the best for them and for us. That's fine, Annie. You are talking about approach. Yes, brilliant approach, brilliant policy. What we expect of you is to have gone this way, this way, this way. Now we are in it. We are implementing it. What I am saying is that the fact that the population or the number of young people who wouldn't have gotten the opportunity to be in school are in school now addresses partially the problem of access for some people. So I am saying is that, Annie, as much as I agree with you that a lot is not going on well with it, you should also be nice to also look at me or listen to me when I say, yes, Annie, you have made a point, and I kind of agree with you. But what I am saying is that going back to access, 1.2 million or over that figure wouldn't have been in school. That is also worth commending. 2, in terms of infrastructure, I spoke about the model schools. I spoke about the number of classroom blocks fresh we have increased. I spoke about the support that we are giving to these children. I spoke about 65 million Ghana cedis being used to support them in terms of free classes, extra classes. And that tells you that the Ministry of Education and the government is interested in the quality myself and you are all looking for. I spoke about more than 60% of BEC candidates, according to the West African Examination Council, made between A1 to C6. I'm talking about the issue of core subjects textbooks being given to these kids. I mentioned TLMs here. If you don't have the teaching and learning materials, you aren't going to get it. I totally agree with what you are saying, but I am also just driving home what we are also doing to take us to your expectation. And certainly we will get there.
Yeah. I have people sending messages and asking, why do you have a problem with Rabi? You guys, stop that. Just stop that. Nobody has a problem with anybody here. We're only discussing policies.
Yeah,
you know,
actually,
we get passionate.
I gave him, and I'm glad that you understand.
We get passionate about
issues with me. She's just pushing to get the information I'm providing.
You should even be appreciative that I'm giving her more time. Today she has really cheated Nanekia.
It's not a cheat.
I don't
am having the answers as you provided. I'm providing the answers. So
and you are not making me talk.
I'm sorry.
I don't even get it.
I'm sorry.
I
have a problem with you.
Today I told you your dress is nice. I told you your brooch is nice.
Sorry.
You are still preventing me from talking. Annie, why?
I'm sorry.
Now me and you, we did cool. Stop that.
Go ahead.
Please. The free SHS, Annie. The capabilities of the MPP government is to destroy things. And so they have destroyed everything they came to meet. They have destroyed all the sectors. So when it comes to sectorial performances, they have failed in all the sectors. In education, they have failed drastically. They have failed in all the sectors. Which sectorial performance have you done well? Tell me. Tell me just one.
I'll respond.
Even agriculture, what have you done?
Okay, I'll respond. She's challenging
mining.
Me to answer.
Look at what they are doing with mining.
Thank you.
What are they doing with mining?
So let's go.
But was like that. Can't you see? Annie. Annie, can't you see what they are doing?
I can see.
Agriculture, they've spoiled it. Look at what they are doing with their education. Now, I am particularly interested in the SSS students. They are my friends. 60,000 people are here graduates, or estimated 60,000 people graduates annually. And these are my target group. These are the people I am hoping. So in 2021, 2022, 2023, all of them that graduated will be 18 by now and are therefore eligible to vote. And so this is where I speak to their hearts. All those that have been through this free SHS, that they have not done it well, giving you bad food to eat, frustrated you, carrying your trunks up and down and center. You have seen their track record. When it's time to vote, please ensure you vote this MPP government out and bring His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to come and implement our 24-hour economy to make the country better. And so, this free SHS, Annie, I went to visit Inzulezu. Have you been to Inzulezu before?
No, I've seen them in pictures.
Oh my goodness, Annie, you need to go. Inzulezu.
I need a sponsor.
You need a sponsor. Rabi will sponsor. She's in power. Can't you see she has $1 million? Rabi, do you have $1 million under your bed? Not yet.
Why are you provoking her?
Honey, she's just buying the time. Let me use it. I have information.
Oh,
she
let me finish.
So she can give me the time to answer
Rabi, keep
her.
quiet.
If she doesn't have the use of the time.
Annie,
if you don't have judicious use of the time, let me give you your time.
Rabi, keep quiet.
You can't be crying for time, and then when you're giving the time, you're using it to play. What's that?
I'm not playing.
So talk. It's not about
when you go to
1 million.
The kids don't have proper education. When you go to a lot of these rural areas, children are sitting under trees. Children are actually sitting on the floor. They don't even have blackboards. Chalk to write, they don't have. I remember Mahmoud Bawumia, His Excellency Mahmoud Bawumia, told us that he will give the students computers. Or you remember?
One laptop per student.
Huh?
One laptop per one.
Not one laptop once, but students have been given laptops in this country.
What are you saying? Not one laptop, one student.
You
but
said
students
one
have been
laptop,
given.
one this.
That's what he
and
said.
When
I didn't say it.
Given, when I say students have been given, it tells you he is in the process of giving and having covered, or some have received theirs. That's just what I'm saying.
So one student, one laptop.
I'm pulling out the figures.
The policy has started.
Before she will finish, we'll go on.
Okay.
I'll talk about it.
One student, one laptop. Today you go to the various villages. And Ghana is not a crowd. Ghana is so big. There are some places when you visit, you will wonder whether indeed they are also part of Ghana. They are not sharing the government, the state's resources to even reach these rural areas. You go to most rural areas and the kids are sitting on the floor. The buildings in which these children are studying are cracking. Very poor infrastructure. And they are really suffering. Yet, this MPP government is all over the place, promising things that they cannot do, pretending they are doing something, they are not doing anything. Hajia is about pulling some record to tell us how many students have gotten the free laptop. I'm really, really anxious and curious in hearing that. She should tell us how many students have gotten any free laptop, and go further to explain to us whether those free laptops, they are using it at school and leaving it at school, or they are actually carrying it home as their personal laptop. I really need those details. Because when we look at this MPP, they have not really done anything for Ghanaians. They have not done anything at all. And I keep insisting and emphasizing that when it comes to all sectorial performances, they have failed drastically. Therefore, in 2024, it's a nod for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, who will come and make this country better for you and for me. I'm done. Annie.
I was trying to pull up, some data from Honorable Okudzeto Ablakwa's Twitter handle. So remember last week when he was on the show, he indicated that about 300 of the victims, of the flood victims, will be relocated. Sky Group was organizing, a building, putting up some structures for them, and over this weekend, that also happened. So the first post he put up on that, it says, tonight some 300 beloved constituents of mine are going to be buried in far better conditions than the congested classrooms they have been compelled to live in for the past 10 weeks. Relocation Day has been a great success. God bless the construction ambassadors of First Sky Group for the building, our revered chiefs of the land, and the MP's office for furnishing the courtyard preparation. As emphasized earlier, all occupants will not pay rent. The MP's office shall also take care of all utilities, electricity and water bills until my beloved displaced constituents are resettled in their permanent homes. This safe alternative housing project provides another key advantage of ensuring that all displaced persons at the Mepe St. Kizito Senior Technical School have now been relocated so that the school, which almost collapsed, will be saved. So the stranded 800 first-year students can now report to school. Continuing students in second and third year can also resume after losing 6 weeks. Wow, 6 weeks. And the office will strongly support every effort to revive St. Kizito and offer special interventions to catch up with schools across the country. I commend all our volunteers and partners who made this new beautiful housing project possible in just 7 weeks. Now, let's go make our second safe alternative housing project in Mepe another success. In this together, we're rising. So I see pictures. I think if we have it on the screen, we'll show it. Just so, because we're talking about school, he was actually a little scared that some of the parents or families will withdraw their children from St. Kizito. And according to him, St. Kizito is one of the best senior high schools in his constituency. So he was really doing everything to take the people out of the school so that the children will come back to school. And so that's why I think First Sky has done this quickly to allow for the people to be resettled. Exactly, the school where they were holding, yes. Yeah. So basically that's what has happened. And then they have also, what's it called? Fumigated the schools, yes, to prepare the place for the students to come back. Right.
Thank you, Annie. Nana Ikuya, actually challenged me, and she was so clear on that. to mention what we have done in education, agric, and mining. She was very specific about that. And I'm glad she's asking for information that I want to send. And
I'm just giving you updates
she just said, look, for the fairness here and also for the sake of our viewers, when you are asked a question, you need to respond to it before you even jump to the next question. So I want to beg you for some time to provide at least some answers to her. Then we could come back on another day. Thank God I have them here, and they are actually subject to fact check what I am coming to say. In terms of agriculture, for the last 5 years, we moved from average growth rate of 2.7, which NDC did, to today 5.8% in 2020. As of 2020, 1.4 million metric tons of fertilizer was given out to farmers. It came with some controversies. Let's not touch them. Let's go on the deliverable.
Why not the controversy?
Because of the time now. I just want to show her that we can go deep into that. We could come on another day, I don't mind. About 91,000 seedlings provided. Beneficiary farmers moved from 207,000 to 1.7 million. They were doing just 207,000 under the support for farmers, and we are doing 1.7 million. So we have increased by about 700,000. So 700,000 farmer beneficiaries are very grateful to President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. And these farmers are doing rubber, oil palm, cashew, and shea butter. Annie, I want to go into rearing for food and jobs. We have 7 national livestock breeding centers, or stations you may call it, in 166 metropolitan municipal district assemblies. Over 8,980 units of various machinery has been provided to farmers to support. Also, over 63 out of the 80 proposed 100 metric tons warehouse has been provided. So we have done 63 out of 80 of those warehouses. Today, we can boast of 97,000 metric tons warehouse in this country, and it is across Enshi country. That's why I said it is subject to fact check. When you come to irrigation, on the Ghana Commercial Agricultural Program, a total of 13,190 hectares additional irrigation lands made available through the rehabilitation project in Pong scheme. We can go and check that. Extension service workers have been moved, like in terms of recruitment, their numbers have been added, because when you look at the farmer extension service ratio, we weren't doing bad. In 2016, they left it at 1,580, and we came to move it to 4,280. All these 3,000 plus people got employment as extension service workers. You get it?
What you're saying?
That is why I said it's subject to fact check, Annie.
No, I'm not basing on the data you're providing. Are you sure of what you're saying?
You can Google it. You can check it.
I'm not Googling.
I am very sure, Annie. And that is why I issue that you can fact check it. I mean, I won't sit here and just say anything. Our viewers are more discerning. They listen.
Okay.
When you come,
we have a few minutes to go.
So let me come. Annie, let me come. She just said I should do youth employment, community protection assistance. Probably this ones you say you have to check. I'm bringing you to where you will see the individuals on our streets. Community protection assistance model has to do with the people, initially they were calling the Zoom police. It's been modified into the name community community protection assistance. Over 15,000 young people are doing it. When you look across the country,
how much do they get?
You see those.
How much are they?
There is another angle. I'm providing the figure, and I'll come back to how much they are giving. Even if they are giving,
how much are they being given?
Honey, even if it is 2 cedi they are given, it's far better than just sitting at home doing.
That's what you think.
I think zero can never be compared.
You think that if
zero can never be compared to a figure.
You think that I am home.
2.
Rabi, hold on.
Go on.
You think that I am home. I'm not taking a vehicle, travel across anywhere. I don't have food to eat. I don't have money to take care of my kids or whatever. But the government is giving me, this is not what I call employment. That's not employment. We're only engaging them for some time. So you ask them to move, to come and engage in community, what. and you say that even if it's 2 cedis, it's better than nothing because they are home unemployed. Do you understand?
Annie, look, Annie. You see, sometimes let's not think so hard on the negatives. Yes. Let's not focus always on the negative.
What is the negative here?
Let me come, Annie. What's
the negative here?
The negative here is the fact that you are saying if the person is home, the person doesn't need to move, the person doesn't have to do this. So when they are taking whatever amount is given them, they travel to their workstation, they have to be fed on this same amount, they have to do ABC. What I am telling you is that even for every workers, people start with diploma certificate with a pay of just 200 or 300. It's just an example I'm saying. But as they learn on the job, they grow on the job, their lives and salaries gets improved. Remember, this is just like an internship stage for this young people.
So give me a minute.
So can I?
No, she's going to pick her feed. Her time is up.
I'm providing information.
Annie, 1 minute. You know when I asked Rabi to give me information, you see how she's beautifully started. We've done 1 million something. And I like the way you asked there, are you sure? In fact, that was what I was asking myself. They are not sure. These MPP people always talk about figures. They are not sure. Go on the grounds and you will not see anything. Nothing is being done. If they have done something in terms of agriculture, how come we are importing rice? How come we are importing everything? How come the youth have no job? They are just talking and giving wrong figures and lies all over the place. You go on the fields and they have not done focus. At the end of the day, and so 2024 is a not for the end.
At the end of the day, let's go there.
We will not come back.
Mr. MC, where are you? MC for the event. Ladies and gentlemen, please, let's welcome the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, with a round of applause. Please keep acknowledging the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana. Thank you very much.